It's all good. So I will be implementing modifying two new house rules thanks to some of the feedback I received. I'm going to continue to look it over and await more pieces of feedback, but in the meantime, to get started, it doesn't affect you guys too much at this point, but drinking, not feeding, but drinking a potion will now be a bonus action no matter what level you're at. And the last is if you have downtime, if you have individual things you need to do, I will be encouraged to provide inspiration to those individuals if you bring a fellow party member along, just to encourage some party unity. Sometimes it can't be helped, but it's cool when it can. So, but anyway, that's all for now. And let's get to other matters. Screen share time. Let's go. Alrighty, do I have my music working? I do not for no reason. Let's see here. We're on the ocean. And it's gotta be Crooks and Cask. Okay, we come into the session. All right, welcome back, Dragon's Bane. You guys have accomplished much. You made your way back to Waterdeep with Verum the White in tow, had him imprisoned in Castle Waterdeep, and received praise for that. The council said they would not be quite calling themselves together as they were a little bit busy, and they want to see the result of your Dracorn investigation way up in the Frozen North before they unite once more. But some of you received not only entrance into some factions, but promotion within those factions. Star went on a little assassination jaunt, and Shroud did as well, and by some goddamn miracle, Shroud managed to succeed. Probably shouldn't have, but did. And the rest of you just kind of got up to some business here. Erebor had a little date with a certain ranger, and a little kiss was had, very, very cute. And that was with Delon Winterhound, the representative of the Emerald Enclave on the Council of Waterdeep. Aiming high. Terrence's new temple is officially built, and because he had built this temple, yet another boon was received from Trontia for expanding her faith to the good people of the Sword Coast. And Ciela secured for all of you a new ship. Did a little hunting, did a little this, a little that, but in the end mostly secured you all a long ship to navigate the frozen north. And on the Frost Skimmer, you will be under the captain, what is his name? Captain Lushta, a sort of frostbitten, burned captain who is an expert at using his longship in the sea of moving ice, which is where you will all be going. So, time has come. You have all boarded the Frost Skimmer in the early next morning and leave Waterdeep behind. It's time to go and see what this world has in store for you, what this next adventure is going to be all about. So let's take a look there. You pull up a little Waterdeep interactive map. Alrighty then. So, just to let you know how long this is going to take, because you're on a long ship. Where is it? Oh, there you are. Man, I got the hiccups.
Is there room for Erevor's Griffin on the longship?
That is the point. The only mount that will be able to come for this voyage will be for Lyragoth.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there is simply not enough space on the ship to carry mounts, and Griffins would require somewhere to land in order to survive the journey. Unfortunately, Erebor, you'll have to leave Helios behind, but you are assured by the good captain that it is not a healthy nor helpful thing to have a griffin in the frozen north. Your griffin surely wouldn't survive such temperatures. Lyragoth, I'm going to assume, has been laden with like furs and whatnot, as was already stated. And hopefully that'll be enough to help, because it is going to be very cold in the Sea of Moving Ice. Very, very, very cold.
And I think it goes without saying that we all bring our cold weather equipment.
Yep, I certainly hope you did. And snowshoes. Snowshoes for everybody except for the ranger. So yeah, you all hop aboard.
Can we also outfit our new companion? I can't remember their name now.
Aaron's character?
Yeah.
I will assume that Sabrosa has.
Sabrosa, thank you.
Yeah, she will have I will say that she's like, I don't know, she gets like sick or something, and is going to spend the majority of the voyage probably in the galley.
I just want to make sure they have gear so they don't freeze when they get there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pooch them if they didn't. But yeah, we will assume that she did indeed acquire cold weather gear. So it is going to take about 8.5 days to get there, to the Sea of Moving Ice. I believe a price was already negotiated by UCL and already paid. I believe it was negotiated that whatever extra time you would spend in the Sea of Moving Ice and whatever hazards would be met there, you would work amongst yourselves the ensuing prices and costs. But anyway, all right, it's going to be an 8.5 day journey thereabouts. Cool. You all board this long ship. It is certainly smaller than you're used to. The interior, the bottom of the ship has been reserved for you all to take a rest in, but it is certainly more cramped than the Wet Maiden and any other ship you've ever been on, other than rowboats, of course. So this is a tight ship. Yeah, it is a tight ship. Okay. So let us proceed with our journey. As I said, it is going to be 8.5 days. So I'm going to do what I've decided to start doing, which is roll all of the random encounters all at once, and that way the travel will go a little bit faster. But feel free to stop me whenever you guys have random encounter stuff, or RP or whatever other things you want to do along the way. So that's going to be 8 and 15, 16, that's going to be, let's see here, that's going to be 8 times 3 equals plus 2 equals, that'll be 20, 60, 20s. Alrighty then, let's see how your day goes. Let's see. Days, let's see, start with that's great. Spoil. Also, I'm just going to check the 20, determining the house trying to see things. I roll 7 each day. I think 20 to should face the hazard that day. Okay, that's easy enough. All right, so let's hop to. So you set off from the Bay of Waterdeep, and the first 8 or so hours are easy enough. Yep. But on the 12th hour on the open sea, you guys are getting to be up there in the levels, aren't you? We'll see if we do that. Good. You guys, oh shit. So basically what happens is this. You guys are rowing along, or actually you have your big sails up and you're going, and the rowers are just kind of sitting, letting the wind take you north. And all at once, sort of at the front of your ship, you guys are going to see, we're going to deal with this narratively because it's not that big a deal. You are going to see a number of sort of merfolk looking creatures, very like old 80s like lagoon horror fishman. You see about 4 of them swimming towards you, and you are going to hear the captain, Captain Lushta, says, "We have Sahaugen! Take aim!" All of the rowers stand up and they're going to pull out these like javelins. You're going to say, "Aim!" And if any of you wanted to take part in this, and he says, throw! And all of them throw all of their javelins into the water. About like many javelins, as many as there are rowers, and then all of your contributions, which will surely be worth like probably double or triple anything that they can produce. Throw them into the water, and if any of you shoot, you probably kill one or two, and the rest of them turn tail and realize that this is not worth it. The various crew members are like, yay! And they throw pretty good. It's more of like a warning shot than anything, and you recognize that the sailors that you have at your beck and call are not great warriors. These are commoners for all intents and purposes. Any heavy lifting will have to be done by all of you.
That's no problem.
Yeah. That evening, as the wind continues to carry you north, well, we're not doing that. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? That's kind of cool. Who's got high passive perceptions here? Who's got, like, let's say above?
Passive perception.
Above 15.
I have 18.
I do.
I do.
All right, so all of you guys will sort of be there, and maybe there'll be like a little shade that comes over top of you guys, and normally anyone would think that's just like a cloud or something, but you all can't help but look up, and you are going to see the great silhouette of a dragon flying over top. And as you kind of like, the light hits your eyes, you will notice that this is, the light reflecting off of it is of some kind of metallic color, flying way hundreds of feet above your head, sort of making its way south.
Fine.
You waiting?
Interesting.
Is that the direction that we are going?
No, you guys are going north.
The opposite direction. It's going away from where we're going.
That's right.
CL has like anime eyes. Ooh.
Okay. It flies by, and yeah.
Clairvoyance and get a better look? Or
Sure.
can I just try to get a better look before casting it?
Let's just do the clairvoyance, because that'll be cool. We'll jump to the result. And you sort of put your clairvoyance up, and you're like looking around for it, and then you turn your head around as you're orienting yourself for a brief moment. As you turn around, you see this larger than Lyragoth, huge dragon with bronze scales just sort of like fly through your sensor, and you like maybe stumble back on the ship just from the surprise of it. And this glorious, massive dragon flies by through the sky, and you get to see it up close. I will post a picture of what the dragon looks like as it whizzes by.
Is it the dragon I think it is?
I don't know.
The one from Storm King?
Storm King happens in the future, so maybe that's this one's kid. Who knows? But this is the dragon that you see out in the Facebook chat, and it is a big dragon. That's a big boy or girl or something. Making its way hard south.
Maybe it's just really close up, and it's not that big.
People.
So that happens in the early evening before the sun fully goes down. You all get a long rest if required. Man, you guys rolled a lot of random encounters. I'm trying to get to the plot, you guys. It's all good. Let's see here. Ooh.
Oh, can I spend time working on a spell?
Sure. What would you like to work on?
I would like to work on magic missile, so just 2 points.
All right, you finish it as long as you mark off the 50 gold. This sucks. Sorry, I'm trying to find something to speed this up with. All right.
I think Ciela's gonna sing sea shanties with sailors.
Got it. Yeah, they will. They will sing. You guys see, and they're not helping me at all here. You guys see a keelboat, a ship a little bit smaller than yours, out at sea as you guys are sailing by on day 2 near towards the shore, probably some fisherman boat of some kind. Yeah, and you guys just kind of continue onward. Yeah, just kind of like a fishing boat, as far as you can tell. Moving right along.
No one's in the boat?
No.
There's probably people in the, yeah, if you look real close, you can see like tiny little movements aboard the ship, no real check required there. Now for something a little bit more interesting, as we come to the evening, as you all are sort of asleep, something is gonna happen here. Ooh. Whoa. A great, oh, let's see about that one, huh? Oh, crap, I gotta roll that up there. Sweet. A great, so you guys kind of are like awoken by the captain says, if you don't mind, come up top. We're hitting some pretty heavy fog. I'd like to have all hands ready just in case. And as you come in, there's a fairly light fog, but it makes it very hard to see around. Now, I'm going to have, the captain is going to make a check, but he's going to look amongst you and says, who here to count themselves the best at understanding the nature of the water or navigating through rough seas, perhaps? All right, you, I'd like, as we spoke, I'd like a good quartermaster at the front if you don't mind.
Okay.
I need you to roll me a wisdom-based nature check to help navigate the fog.
Okay. So basically, nature check plus wisdom.
That's right.
Okay.
Or just a, are you proficient with nature?
Yes.
Then you will roll just a flat wisdom and add your proficiency bonus to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can pick a skill of wisdom that you're proficient in and roll that instead if you want.
Oh, survival.
Sure, yeah, roll survival.
Alrighty, that is an 18 plus 7, 25. No, 18 plus 8, 26.
You skillfully know right where to look, making your way around. You make calls to the captain, who makes calls to the rest of the crew. The crew works in very good sync with what the captain has to say, and you guys are going to, have a total success. Is what this is defined as. A morale with the crew raises, which makes future hazards easier to navigate. Incredible. So we're sitting at a equality score. Okay, moving on with the voyage. You wake up the next day, and the next day, day 3, goes by without any issues. The first 2 days were a little strained. Day 4 comes around, and in the morning, something might happen. Okay. You see up ahead, there's some kind of like a number of dead fish in the water. Some, you don't know what it is. But what's most interesting is that there is a blood hawk sort of flying in a circle around above it. A hawk with beautiful red tail feathers. Would anyone care to do anything about that, or do you just kind of keep on sailing?
I mean, is it like hanging around following us?
Make me let's call it a survival or a nature check to sort of interpret what this creature is doing.
Okay.
Can I help?
Sure, you can. Were you rolling for yourself or are you giving me advantage?
I'll give you advantage.
Okay. 23.
You don't think it's following you. You suspect that this hawk has found a number of like some shark or predator of the sea probably had its meal, and whatever sinew and is left of that creature that recently died, this blood hawk has found and is trying to find the best way to approach its breakfast.
Oh, okay. It looks like it's doing its job well. I won't bother it.
Alright.
A bold choice. Who knows what it could be up to? Yeah, you let it go, and you guys continue, and your day goes by without any further issue. So that was day 1, day 2, day 3. We're on day 4. Day 4 finishes without issue. Here comes day 5 with something going on. Okay, let's take a look here. Jesus Christ, that's cool. Okay, you guys are sort of taking it easy. Who's got a passive perception 20 or above? No one?
Not yet.
I got 16.
Nobody's that passive.
No. Would anybody be thinking to like keep an eye on the horizon today? Is anybody just kind of like, there's not much to do on the ship in fairness, it's kind of a tight ship. Does anybody have anything they'd like to do? Would anybody think their character might be just kind of like looking out to sea?
Ciela, because she's on the water.
Any perception check.
Nice. 25.
You look out to sea, and you are going to see very subtly this snake-like head shoot out of the water and like bite down. You get the sense something's maybe some kind of sea serpent eating its meal. But as it dives back in, you are going to see that the back of its body is like almost turtle-like without a shell. And this is a very large creature, as big as a horse. As it like goes up and then goes back in, you see fins and like a back of a body. Very Lapras from Pokemon, except it has a very long neck and it looks very strange, like no beast you have ever seen in your life. As it goes back in, very Loch Ness monster in its appearance.
Alright, I'm gonna say, keep an eye on the starboard. Something out there.
Captain goes, aye. He'll nod his head and keep a sharp eye out. Doesn't seem to disturb you the rest of the day, but you don't know what you just saw. Maybe a nature check. Let's see if you do, Ciela.
17.
17. You've heard tale from various sailors who have made their way south to a place called Chult, of strange, massive reptilian creatures called dinosaurs. And your father spoke once of a strange creature from that variety known as a Plesiosaurus, a creature with an enormous creature with a long, flexible neck that lets it twist in any direction to deliver a powerful bite. A marine creature with powerful flippers and a compact body. A rare sight indeed on the water.
Cool.
Okay. So that was on day 5 here. So 1, 2, 3. That was day 5. Day 5 goes by just fine. We're on day 6 where things are going to get a little interesting. Yeah. All right. You guys are traveling, and as you do, there is going to be something going on your ship. During the sea voyage, the captain starts to look pretty unhappy, and he looks at you all and goes, "Listen, I know it doesn't sound like a very important deal, but we have a bit of an outbreak going on below deck with our provisions. Would you mind trying to help us deal with it?"
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. hurry along then. So here's what's going to happen. The captain's going to try and maintain control of his crew, make sure they don't panic or start fighting over the food, and he does a very good job. So what I'm going to need you guys to do, man, this is interesting. Who here would consider themselves really good with food or like cooking utensils, for example?
Yeah.
Seal is the cook.
I am the cook.
Okay.
I can make food. It's
Yeah.
just
This is
bland.
Yeah, this is more about the maintenance of food and the creation of it. So you're not proficient with cooking utensils?
Not yet.
No.
Not till I
So
take the chef.
basically, I'll need three things. I'll need someone who is good with medicine to ensure that and no illness or infection is broken out. I'll need someone who is good at cooking utensils, possibly to keep an eye on food and maintain it. And lastly, I'll need someone to help the captain keep control of the crew, who's very persuasive.
I have purify food and drink.
Ah, okay. So let's put you in charge of food provisions. I'd like you, because you have that, I'll give you advantage. Make me just a flat constitution check, because you're not proficient with cooking utensils.
All right. Constitution. Oh, okay. That is a 15.
15 will be a success. You realize that it is a rat infestation down below, and you manage to keep the food purified, and you manage to get all the rats out and kind of basically throw them into the sea, so that they don't eat all of your provisions and harm the stores.
It's humane that way.
He does it
Yeah,
behind
I think.
Stella's back because he knows they should be pissed off.
yeah, very, very humane. What about who would like to try and handle any potential illnesses that would have come up because of the rats? Who's good with medicine?
I have a +3.
Okay. All right.
Anybody have anything higher?
I definitely do not have health, guys.
I have a +6 to medicine.
All right. Well, you handled the while you're handling the food, someone else is going to have to do this.
Okay.
I'll need
Yeah.
someone who's persuasive, and I need someone who's good with medicine.
I'm persuasive enough.
All right, Aravir, why don't you help the captain maintain control of his crew so there's no panic? Make me a persuasion check.
I was about to say I could probably do that better. No, I can't. No.
Oh yeah, with her reliable talent. Oh,
Have you rolled already, Aravir?
yeah,
And what did you get?
17.
All right, 17, you are able to help keep control of the crew. Nobody flips out or panics. You kind of help him keep things going. Star, Shroud, and Ciela, I need someone to handle the medicine check, someone to make sure that the crew is healthy.
Anybody have more than +3? No? I'll do it.
Medicine check.
All right, Ciela, I need you to make an intelligence-based medicine check. Are you proficient with medicine?
Yeah, no.
So I need you to make a flat intelligence check.
18.
18 will be a success. The quality of the crew will increase as this is considered a total success. The crew is at maximum possible quality right now. They're very happy and confident that their captain and these strangers that they've picked up will help them through thick and thin. And as the day progresses onward and everyone's sort of, you're feeling good and the crew's really warmed up to you guys. I think you guys are the cat's meow.
All of us?
Yeah, all of
I
you.
was about to say, I'm like, racist.
Okay. They are, so as this is all going on, it's been kind of a cloudy day, but as you are approaching, the captain's going to look at you all and go, all right, we have a storm up ahead. Look, and he'll point up ahead and you'll see these dark clouds with flashes of lightning within. He says, we're going to have to make our way through it if we want to get to the sea of moving ice. And he'll look at you all and say, right, what would you all think you could do best? The crew will need to be maintained. I could captain, but if one of you thinks that you're proficient with, particularly good with water vehicles and its use, I would be happy to defer to you. He goes, all right. I can help with the rowing, I'm strong. So here's the things I'm gonna need. And you can defer to the captain for the captain role, but Ciel, if you wish to take it, you can. Things are going to get very stormy and very bad at the end of the day here.
Okay.
So I'm going to even set the scene here because it is going to be bad.
Man, I'm glad I took the sailor background.
You never knew it was going to be used so well.
I had no idea. I thought it would be on land all the time. I'd be like, oh, this might be useless, but I'll take it for the extra this.
Okay, you guys enter into a heavy galing storm, roiling waves, your ship crashing upon the sea, your sailors rowing with all of their might, and even a hurricane off in the distance. You better not get too close. Okay, let's do some checks. I'm gonna roll for the crew. Crew does just fine. Okay, Ciela, you decided to take the role of captain. You are going to be in charge of the leadership of this ship. I need you to make me an intelligence-based water vehicle check. If you're proficient with water vehicles, you'll have it.
So
Yep.
what do I do with that? Like, how is I'm not quite sure how to roll for that.
So you'll have proficiency. You'll roll just a flat intelligence with proficiency on top of it.
Okay, so like a +4.
Okay, go for it.
21.
21. It is difficult, Ciela, but it's
Actually, our proficiency went up.
I know, but I have a -1 to intelligence.
It is difficult rowing, and you're like, you've never been at the helm before, so you're like a little uncertain of yourself, but you have learned from your father, who is the best, and it helps guide you well enough that you're able to lead the crew well in this storm, very well. I need 2 more people. Someone who's good with carpenter's tools, or strong, either or. I need someone who is good with nature, and I need someone who is good with intimidation.
Carpentry tools. I'm,
You're proficient.
yes.
All right, Star, you are proficient with carpenter's tools. A little surprised nobody knows about. Star grabs the tools and starts going to work, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. Star, I want you to make me a strength-based carpenter's tools check, which means you're going to roll strength, and you're going to add your proficiency bonus to that roll. You will have reliable talent on this as you are proficient with these tools.
Oh, sweet. So, actually trying to find strength on my list. Where's strength? I see stealth,
The top.
survival.
Top left.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's
That's
your
just
main. It's your main core stats.
Yeah, then it's just like a +1. So,
So 1 plus your proficiency bonus, which is a +5, so you should have a +6.
okay, so +6 on the. Then I roll my D something.
Mhm.
Your D20.
D20.
Yes.
So luckily I rolled a 15. The +1, 16 +5 is 21.
21. The ship gets smashed pretty hard by some waves, but you are there to keep the ship patched up and going. That is a success. A close call, but a success. Well done, Star. Very reliable in your talents. I
have
need
to use reliability.
absolutely. Now I need someone who is good with nature and someone who is intimidating.
I believe I'm your nature guy.
All right, roll me a wisdom-based nature check, please.
Oh boy. With proficiency. If I'm proficient in nature.
Yeah, if you're proficient with nature, it's wisdom plus proficiency.
Okay, so that's a +12.
Cool. That's really good.
Nice.
And I rolled a 4, so 16.
A +12?
Yeah, I have a 22 wisdom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I gave you that, didn't I? So what was your total again?
It was, wait a minute, nature. Oh wait, it's 7 plus 6, so plus 13. So 17. I haven't added.
Is that your total?
Yeah, the total 17.
You do your best and try and use as much wisdom at your beck and call, but you have never been in such stormy seas before, and a couple of rogue waves catches your ship, and unfortunately you're not as good at guiding them through the storm as you could be. And you are going to take, that is going to be considered 1 failure to the crew.
I'll let you guys down.
No! The last thing I need is someone to keep these sailors rowing. Who's intimidating, Aravir and Shroud?
I have a +3.
I do too, but I just picked up skill empowerment, so So
What does that mean?
it gives you expertise, but only for an hour.
Okay. Well, ask Shroud. It's between you two guys, I guess.
Yeah, I'll cast it on Shroud for an hour.
Okay, cool. So Shroud, you're usually pretty intimidating by your presence, by your just strength of presence. But in this moment, you're required to do charisma, and you're like, you're not really a commander.
No, not charismatic.
You're like, no. And Eric touches you, and suddenly you are filled with this personality, this force of intimidating charisma that you've never experienced before. Roll a charisma check, and then add your proficiency bonus 2 times, because you are now an expert in intimidation.
Okay, let's see here. All right, so that's not horrific. 25?
25. So somewhere out of nowhere, Shroud probably speaks the most Shroud ever has in their entire life in one sequence. Going up to different rowers who are just like losing their will, and like, Shroud, well, I'll leave it to you. I don't want to take over your flavor. So as Shroud becomes, and like, not like a intimidating in like just physical presence, but intimidating in like personality, in word. What happens? How do you, let's say, inspire the crew to row really hard and with all of their might?
I feel like it would be like almost like uncharacteristic, right? Because like you said, if they've been like inspired in a way, like yeah, like I could see them doing like a mix of like not necessarily like what you would expect of them, which would be like just like the come on and like in their face, but like more like that, but like almost like inspiring, you know what I mean? Like coercive in terms of like you know, using like very yeah, like words of encouragement a little bit versus like the like degradation that like one might expect from Shroud.
All right, absolutely. Like a very like positive intimidation, where like
Correct.
this one guy's like, "I don't think I can row any longer. My arms are gonna fall off," and you're like, "I know you're better than this."
Exactly.
They're like, "Oh shit!" And then you're right. You're like, "I know I'm right. Keep rowing." And it's very like, you have like such a terrifying confidence in them. You're like, "I know you're the best the Sword Coast has to offer. Show me!" And they're like, "Okay." And yeah, that is absolutely a success in this moment as Shroud becomes the most like intimidatingly positive, inspiring leader the Sword Coast has ever seen. And you're all like, even you guys are like, "Wow, yeah, I can do it." And with that, that's going to be considered a success. Not in total success, so no gain in morale, but it is going to be considered a survival. Nobody is scattered. You lose no crew. You don't lose any crew members. You make it out the other side, and well done. You do it. You do the thing. And Lyragoth is just like, kind of like, not. It's fine. Like Lyragoth just kind of dives out of the humongous waves and surfaces out, and like it gets too rough, just kind of like flutters over. But still by the end is like really lazily swimming after you guys, like, fuck me. It was a lot. Okay, but you make it through alive. Well done, folks. So that is day 6. You're out alive. Let me just turn back the clock here to something a little bit more chill. I need that. Okay, let's see how we're doing. The next day, day 7, goes by without issue.
Can I go?
What spell?
Mirror.
That's the second level spell?
Yes, I need 2 days.
Yeah, okay, sure. Go for it. No, I'll just save you guys some time. The rest of the voyage goes by without issue. You travel some ways, making your way under the leadership of Captain Lushta, this sort of kind of scary looking captain, not meaningfully, but you know, he's got like frost burns over the side, like healed frost burns over the side of his face. And you guys just kind of begin to voyage into what over the last couple of days has become increasingly cold, and you guys enter into the ice shelf that is the Sea of Moving Ice. Okay, here we go. We've already done that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay. So as you guys are getting there, he's going to tell you guys something. He says, so, we've made it to the Sea of Moving Ice. I think it's about time that you all told me what it is we're doing here. Or at least how you intend to go about it. If you want to survive out here, I'm going to need to know at least what we're doing. Are we going somewhere specific? Are we searching for something? What's the plan?
All right, I suppose we've been at sea so long. We can trust you. We're looking for something called the Drakhorn.
Okay. What's the Drakhorn?
We don't know entirely. That's kind of what we're trying to find out. It's some giant horn that sends a message to dragons.
Okay. And you think it's up in the Sea of Moving Ice, do you?
That's our understanding.
Okay, so we're looking for a big horn, is what it is. And just to remind you of your quest, you are searching for a researcher who is supposed to be an expert in Drakhorn. An individual by the name of Markath the Crimson, a tiefling woman who's supposed to be an expert in that lore, from a faction known as the Arcane Brotherhood. That is your quest, is to find Markath the Crimson.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, just to give you that refresher. You were told by Lady Dala Silmerhelve, that woman, that noble woman who sort of joined the council in the middle.
Her husband died.
Yeah. Oh, no. Did her husband die? Maybe she did. I don't know. But either way, she came in and told you about the tiefling sorceress. And yeah, told you that she was the leading expert. And I'll give you a quote, she told you that the Sea of Moving Ice was the last known location of the Drakhorn. No one can pinpoint its present location from the sound or even verify with certainty that the relic is still in the Northern Seas, but the search must start there. The one person who could tell you more is a tiefling sorcerer called Markath the Crimson. No one alive knows more about the Drakhorn than her, but the Arcane Brotherhood, of which she is also a member, hasn't seen her for 3 years. She was last seen investigating in the Sea of Moving Ice when she disappeared. So that is what you have to go on for this quest.
Then I'll also tell them that we're looking for this tiefling that could be our next lead.
I see.
Oh, there's also the dragon in the area of the Sea of Moving Ice. And her ship was found destroyed, and they suspect it might have been a dragon.
I see. A dragon. Well, you know how to hook a sailor. Put a lead with that, you know. Dragon, no. But it's fine, we're here now. Alright. Boy. So you're looking for a tiefling woman to tell you about dragons, all the while trying to avoid a dragon. Okay. Alright, so this is how we're going to do this. We'll begin searching throughout the days here in the Sea of Moving Ice. The most important thing is that we figure out what we do when the sun goes down, when things get really cold at night. I have no strong feelings one way or the other about whatever we should do, but we should do one of two things. The first of which of our options is that we should take the crew and pull the frost skimmer onto one of the ice floes at night, or spend the night on the water. The ice flow is more comfortable and often safer from certain aquatic creatures. And on the open water, the ship is safe from creatures that only hunt on the ice. But sleeping on the deck is colder and less comfortable than in an easily built snow shelter on the actual I lost my words. On the actual floats. Whatever you decide, I will go with and command the crew to do so. But you'll have to make a decision for yourselves if you want the ship on the ice floes at night or if you want it on the water. No difference to me.
Ice flow sounds like a better plan if it's safer.
Once we get off the ship, I can establish shelter.
I have I can help probably shape water.
To be very clear, neither way is more safer than the other, you understand. On the flow, you're safe from water creatures and water enemies, but on the water, you're not. So you're just kind of picking which kind of threats you want to possibly face is all. Just to be clear.
Oh, Celia, you're captain.
All right. She considers it for a few moments and finally says, well, we can create better shelters for ourselves on the ice floes. So let's do that.
Okay. I'll have it pulled up tonight onto the flow, and if you ever change your mind and want to try something different, let me know. In the meantime, we'll begin scouring the sea of moving ice. I hope we find what it is you're looking for.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. This is where the veritable fun begins. Let's go do that. Haven't been here in a minute. Gotta make sure I'm in the right spot. Oh, that's cool. There's a floating thing. Let's get rid of that. Oh, let's not. Just to make sure I've done this all right. Where is... There it is. Okay. So I'm going to put you on the deck of this ship. We'll say Sabrosa is just like really sick and is below deck for whatever reason. You know what I'm going to say happened? Ciela, one night you noticed that like Lyra got this swimming in like Arctic water. There is no cold weather gear in the world that would help her survive that temperature for this long. And like, you know, it's been days. So like maybe at one night you're like, what the fuck is going on? How are you alive? Lyra will just like sneer at you and like lift a claw, and you'll see there's like this like silver ring with a blue gemstone. And she'll just like dip her hand back under the water.
Where'd you get that?
Don't worry about it. She'll just say like, he didn't need it anymore.
Oh boy.
And we'll just kind of like keep stealthily near the water. Or actually under the water. She's amphibious. She could, or he, excuse me. No, it's a she. She's amphibious, so she could breathe underwater. So she'll just pretty much stay right under the water for the duration of this journey. Just follow you from down below. Now that she's resistant to cold, she will not have to worry about suffering in the frozen north. Cool. Okay, so let's begin the journey. You begin journeying. It is day 1 in the sea of moving ice. Let's see how that goes for you. That's funny. Oh shit, here we go. Alright. Kita dapat tawin mo, Mark. So my mistake. The sailors are pretty proficient. They are in like chain shirts and they have shields. These are very like Viking-like dudes, but they got spears and stuff. So they're not like the best warriors in the world, but they're as good as any guard that you might find in Waterdeep. All right. Oh god. Stuff is going to happen right now. Um, okay. The day goes by. You sail the seven sea. Well, not the seven seas. You sail the sea of moving ice, looking for something. And as the day comes to end, the captain is going to look at you and say, "All right, time to probably pull him ashore. So let's get things moving." The ship will be pulled off of the ice floe, and or pulled off the water and onto the ice floe where it's much more solid. And to be clear, the map isn't a perfect representation. It is like an Arctic shelf. As you might imagine, there are like next to and next to and next to, there are like it's a smattering of ice floes. It's very hard to find any open water by any means. The entire time you're traveling, the ship is like bumping off of one floe to the next, but this is a very narrow ship and is able to sort of make its way through the various flows. But you pull your ship up at the end of the day. Okay. And yeah, so it's around the end of the day, you've pulled your ship up. You said you had protections you wanted to apply. Please tell me what those are.
I have a couple tents to start with.
Actually, if you just give me 1 hour, give me some cover, I can cast a spell that should be able to give us all shelter.
Okay.
I'd like to cast Temple of the Gods.
Holy fucking shit. That's like quite a sludge.
We got seventh level spells now, so.
All right, that's like bringing a sledgehammer to a nail, but yeah, let's do it. Jesus. Almost literally, Jesus. Let's see here.
It takes an hour to cast, lasts for 24 hours. You cause a temple to shimmer into existence on the ground. You can see within range of 120 feet. The temple must fit within an unoccupied cube of space up to 125 feet on each side. The temple remains until the spell ends. It's dedicated to whatever god, pantheon, or philosophy is represented by the holy symbol used to cast it. I'm going to be using my shield.
Got it.
You make all decisions about the temple's appearance. The interior is enclosed by a floor, walls, and a roof, with one door granting access to the interior and as many windows as you wish. Only you or any creature you designate when you cast the spell can open or close the door. So I'll designate everybody on the ship. That's fine.
Got it. So
How many people are on the ship?
There is. Come on, you silly bastard. There is 40 rowers and sailors and the captain.
Okay, so 41 total, plus us.
Yeah, 41 plus you guys,
47.
plus a dragon if you care to include him or her.
It'd be rude not to.
So, what does your temple look like, and how big is it?
It can be 120 feet in all directions, 120-foot cube. I'm thinking it looks like a big, like just a massive grain silo with a barn door in front.
Okay, let me see if I can find a silo. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I got any barns.
There we go.
Ooh. Okay, why don't we say like this, something like this, kind of.
That works.
Hilarious. My bad for leveling you guys up. So suddenly, they're watching you for an hour, like praying and saying words, and like glittery lights are appearing around you, and the crew's like, "Be nice if he helped." You know what I mean? They're like, they don't know what's going on. They're like, "All right, I guess he's a cleric or whatever." And they say he's really important in Waterdeep. They go, "How important could he be?" Like coming up from the earth, exploding from the ice shelf is like this massive barn door grain silo that is elaborately decorated with appearances of Chontia, the nature gods, as it reaches up to the sky as you create this sort of grain solo-esque tower temple. And they all like, oh, they can't believe what they're seeing. Ooh, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. Oh fuck, it's a little big. Oh fuck, it's still a little big, but it's fine. You said grain tower, so this is probably more accurate to what you were talking about. We're not gonna actually put anyone inside, but we'll, it's kind of fitting. Dice tower, cool.
See, the temple's interior is an open space with an idol or altar at one end. You decide whether the temple is illuminated and whether the illumination is bright or dim. So I'm thinking probably dim light.
Okay.
Uh, the smell of burning incense fills the air within, and the temperature is mild.
You invite all of these sailors in as they look around. They have witnessed a miracle, the likes of which they never thought was, like, even in the most craziest storybooks wasn't possible. And you create a new temple to Chontia out in the sea of moving ice. I'm sure that will not have any impact on the world at large, or the faiths of the Sword Coast. You do this, and yeah, they all walk in. They're like, whoa, as they like look up at it, and you get in, and you and your party can like stay at the very top and chill out up there.
Like a
None of the
little
crew
mountain.
are celestials, fae, fiends, or undead, are they? Or elementals? Okay, okay.
As far
Just-
as you know.
I'm an elemental.
You're
Okay.
you're humanoid with elemental
Okay.
blood, kind of a little elemental juice kind of
I'll,
fruit.
I'll exclude elementals. I'll exclude celestials and elementals. They're cool in here.
Got it. All right.
Fae, fiends, and undead have to make charisma saves.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, and in addition, the sensors created by divination spells can't appear within the temple, and can't be targeted. Creatures within the temple can't be targeted by divination spells.
Cool. Well, oops. Okay, so you create no, not oops. I'm totally kidding. This is the move, man. This is great. You create this temple. All of them sort of woo as they exit, and they like enter within. The captain's like incredible, and he says, "All right, well, let's have at least a two-man guard outside. Keep an eye on the frost skimmer, and we'll rest in surprising warmth this evening. Astonishing." Yeah, the crew will sleep peacefully inside. Cool. So they leave like two sailors outside. Would anyone like to get involved in the watches, or do you guys want to just like sleep peacefully under the protection of Chontia?
We'll help out with a watch.
This kind of saves my ass because I almost had to put down like 40 minis and make and I was like, fuck, I forgot to do that. So this kind of saves me. So thanks, Terrence. Okay.
No problem.
You guys want to take part in the watch? Who's up to first watch?
I'll say I can.
All right, Erebir and Shroud.
Yeah, I don't need as much sleeps.
So you guys take first watch. Would you two do me a favor and roll me some perception checks?
Surely. Alrighty.
It's cold out there, but you know.
23.
16 and 23. You guys are both, like, the two guys are like, oh, it's fucking cold out here. They're like walking and looking around, watching like open up the guard early. But you guys are standing, you guys are watching a lot more attentively. It is bitter cold out here, but only you really care about the area of your shot. You just have a little meter on your fucking eyeball that says like you're good, basically. Like, don't worry about it. And you begin to hear sounds in the dark, the two of you. Terrible dark sounds out here in the dark, and suddenly sort of exploding from the water. These huge blue-skinned trolls of some kind emerge from the water and charge at you two. I need you two to roll initiative.
Oh, wow.
17.
They're not commoners, they're guards, don't worry about it. They're better than commoners, I promise. Oh, you also have a friend who can help out. If you want him to, or her to, if you care. Who is out there as well, but might be sleeping and not giving a fuck.
We could say the top of the grain silo is like a little roost.
Ah, cool. All right, sure. I'll toss her up there. She like sneaks up there at some point and just kind of is like chilling on the roof. I'll say she doesn't wake up. she's like doesn't seem to care much. Let's see here. That is going to be okay. Let's get some initiatives. Do we have a 25 or above? Or let's make this easy. Shroud, what you got?
17.
17. What do you got, Erebir?
15.
15, huh? Oh, there's the initiative for you. Okay. These creatures throw themselves from the ice and are going to attack. The guards are like Scrag! Watch out, the Scrag! And these creatures are going to charge. They're gonna go running. And you guys tell me, is that where you two think you'd kind of stand? Is there anywhere else you'd like to stand?
No, that's about right, probably.
Cool. This one's gonna run here, run out of speed and dash. I'll get the bony one. Says that one in giant. And this one is gonna dash over here. Okay, Shroud, 2 attacks or 3 attacks to you at advantage because of flank. Here comes a bite. He goes, and starts gnawing on your shield. You're like, the fuck? And then he's going to try and claw you twice. That is going to be a 26. And, I'm rolling. Your roll, I rolled at advantage by accident. I don't know why I did that. That is going to be an 18 to hit and a 22 to hit.
So the 22 will hit. The 18, can I spend a superiority die and repose that?
Of course you can. What kind of DM would I be if I said no?
All right, let's go for that. And that's going to be 21 to hit.
Yes, that will hit. Go and roll damage.
Okay, and that's going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
All right. He's like biting your shield and he swings over your head and you like kind of duck down, draw your dragon gleam and all in one blow, and uppercut swing and like catch him right in the chest. And then he's going to bring his claw down on top of you and he is going to deal you 14 points of slashing damage. Well, that's why I was rolling at advantage because the flank, I knew I wasn't off in space. So that'll remain the same amount of hits though. That is their turns as the other two use dashes. Shroud, what do you do?
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to rage.
You roar in your and your barbaric roar echoes through the tundra.
Sounds good. And then I want to make sure that I'm using this weapon correctly. So in the whatever, in the tooltips, whatever, for the dancing longsword, it says it's a bonus action to call it forward, but I don't know if we've been consistent with that or not. So I just want to make sure, like, as I'm using it going forward, because I have to use my bonus action to rage, that I'm like accounting for that. So like that stands, right? So like I wouldn't be able to call it until like the next turn, right?
That's right. It's a
Okay,
bonus
just want to make sure.
to activate the blade.
Okay, I feel like it's been inconsistent, so I just wanted to ask. Okay, then if that's the case, then I'm still gonna rage. And then I am going to swing on one of them because I guess the one that was biting me. Let's go after that one.
All right, go after that guy.
Okay. Let's see here. That is 16 plus 11. I feel like that hits, right? 27 to hit.
27 certainly hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so that is 12 points of piercing damage.
Oops. 12 points of piercing damage. You stabbing him.
And then let's go one more time. See, 27 to hit again.
27 will hit. Roll me some damage.
Cool. And that's 11 points of piercing damage.
Very good. Another strike. Anything else?
I think that's it. Yeah.
All right, then. Little do they know you all have the souls of giants, according to the frost giants. That will bring us to Erebir. Erebir, you face down one of these large, ugly frost trolls. What do you do?
I'm going to
Nice.
on Shroud and I and call out with my free action, danger.
Okay. Your voice doesn't echo through the tundra, but hopefully someone inside heard you.
Yeah, and then bonus action blades on.
All right, bonus action blade song. Fantastic. You have a hasted action to use if you wish.
Oh, cool. I'll attack with my Elvish War Razor then.
Go for it. Approach 5 feet.
Can I use Flame Blade on this?
You cannot cast a spell with your hasted action, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, it's a 14.
You try and stab him, and you just kind of like hit his heavy hides and don't actually hurt him.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay.
Do we hear the danger?
We'll really hang
The
on.
scream or the scream.
Can I move to the other side of the
A shot. So that was 5. We'll call it 15 there. You want to step here to get the flank for them? Okay, that will be an opportunity attack.
Okay.
He turns around and tries to bat you with his claw. That is only going to be an 11 to hit. You evade.
Yeah, sweet.
Very cool. Let me think. Do you guys hear it? Let me ask you this, Terrence. As you have made this sort of tower and you've got to house like almost 50 individuals, where's the party sleeping? Are you guys at the top of the tower? Are you guys at the bottom of the tower? You guys, where do you think?
Well, the spell says it's the interior is enclosed by floors, walls, and a roof. As many windows as we want. But I don't know how many windows I would have put in it. The interior is an open space, so I'm thinking it's just kind of a big like corridor, and we just have like little cots and tents set up in the room right after the main entrance.
I understand. I am going to say because of the restraint of how large the ice shelves are, like yeah, per the spell, you could create a massive temple that everybody could sleep in one spot. But per making like a silo on this tiny ice shelf, I'm going to say that it is like a little bit more tower oriented, and it is
Okay.
all open. So if like you can all see each other up and down, but there will have to be a little bit of like a vertical sleeping situation.
Gotcha. Okay, then it'll be like almost like a spiral staircase up the middle, but there's like a almost like a courtyard in the middle, but it's just a circle.
Got it. Yeah, and there'll be a big statue of Chantia that sort of rises through like the levels, the staircase spirals around, there's alcoves in the wall with hammocks and stuff for people to sleep in. So where's the party? Are you guys at the top of the tower? Are you guys at the bottom of the tower?
If we're taking watches, we're probably near the bottom of the tower.
Okay. If that's the case, then I am definitely gonna say you guys heard it. Yeah, you guys heard it. You guys all sort of awaken in this moment. I will have you all roll initiative, the rest of yous. So Star, Terrence, and Ciela, go for it.
25.
Five.
$11.
Let me get those again. What'd you get, Ciela?
25.
Star?
11.
11. That would have put you towards the bottom end. And you, Terrence?
Big ol' 5.
Okay, got it. So that is our initiative order. I'm gonna say that you guys can't act until the round is complete. Even you guys at the bottom. Otherwise it doesn't. Yeah. So we'll just do it that way. Okay. So well done, Aravir. The guards are going to do what guards do. Do their best to try and be helpful. They're gonna look at you guys and they're gonna say, the scribe can only be killed by fire. They're gonna start, they're gonna use their actions to take out their tinder boxes and light a torch each of them, and basically prepare a little bit of fire to help defeat the enemies. That'll bring us to, we skip Star and Terrence and head to the beginning of the next round. Ciela, you're the first out of bed at the sound of trouble. You are not, I believe you're not armored, hang on. I believe I realized I'm technically in wrong. And sleep in light armor, I think. I think my facts, what's the medium heavy armor make difficult to cover rest. So anyone in light armor could have been sleeping in light armor, as I've realized the ruling is slightly different as in Xanathar. So, Sheila, do you wear light armor?
Yes, I do.
So you and Star could have been sleeping in your armor and your cold weather gear if you wanted, and you simply scoop up your bow and you're ready to go. What do you do?
Scoop up my bow and run out.
All right, the doors open, and for the trolls, the Latin music starts playing from Dark Souls as it's now a boss battle for them. Ciela, you open the doors, you step through the threshold. We'll say you've used, how much speed you got? You got 30 feet, we'll say you've used 20 feet of it. 15 to get up out of your bed, 5 to step out the door.
Okay. And I'm gonna shoot at the guy to the far left. The one that was
right.
attacking Aravir in the first place. Yeah, that guy.
Got it, go for it.
And we're gonna use an overdraw.
An overdraw.
Hunter's mark first.
Very good, very good.
Overdraw. Okay, I got an 18 on the dice, and that would be 18 plus 7, so 25.
25 will hit, roll damage.
$24 damage.
24 damage. All right, you shoot him right in the head, and he goes, ugh! And he grabs his head. He's not dead though. You recognize these are trolls, and they're a little bit more durable.
Yep, I'm gonna shoot him again. Same
Go
thing.
for it. Yep.
That would be a 19 to hit plus 7, so 26.
26 will hit, roll damage.
$26 damage.
26 damage. Well done. Is there anything else?
I'm gonna take a few steps back into the like and out of the way so people can get past me.
I'll say if you're stepping back into the temple, you're going to cause a traffic jam.
Okay, then I'm gonna get out of the way of the doors,
Yeah,
but
let's
still try to stay far away from those guys. So maybe around the corner, like
I'll
around.
say you step like to the side of the threshold so that there's at least a 5 foot space to get back.
Cool.
Um, that is going to bring us to the trolls. Let's see, the troll is going to be very angry at you specifically, sort of charged here right in the doorway, and it's going to try and attack you, Ciela, for shooting them in the face. That is going to be a 15 to hit.
Miss.
That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Hit.
And a definite miss on the last one. So he is going to try and bite at you, swing, hit the side of the door, and then his hand comes down. He's going to deal 9 slashing damage to you.
Okie doke.
All right, and he'll just stay right there and block the hole. This one isn't really aware of Erebir. I don't think he's a little stupid. So they're just going to unload on Shroud. They're going to keep unloading on you, my friend. Just the way you like it.
Give it.
You remember, Shroud, the only creature to ever take you down in your life was a troll. Do you think Shroud's scared of trolls?
No.
Okay, I just thought to ask.
PTSD.
They probably like. I probably feel like they probably have like a hatred for them more than anything else, not like a fear.
All right, fair enough. I had to ask. No chink in the armor for Shroud. PTSD. I'm a robot. I don't get that.
Oh God, feelings.
I don't have feelings. Speaking of feelings, Shroud, as all of these ancestral sort of spirits are emerge from you, these like robotic-like creatures that look almost like you, almost like mirror images of yourself. One of them isn't the same. You look kind of like in your rage, sort of like see sort of shimmering in and out. You see this woman. You see this woman with brown and like silver gray hair, like this sort of older woman, and she's looking at you with this like concerned face. She's got this like old maid's apron sort of get up on, like commoner woman is kind of looking at you with like kind of concern. Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
I'm sure you're not haunted.
I'm sure you're not haunted. I'm sure you didn't pick the subclass that allows me to haunt you. Let's see here. Okay, moving right along. Let me get them attacks down on you here.
Okay.
Have I done any attacks yet, or I haven't rolled?
No.
Okay. All right, here we go. First one is a miss with a 14. Second one is a miss with less. There we go. Brings their shit together on the last attack. That's going to be a 26 to hit.
Yep.
That is going to be a claw, and you are going to take 9 points reduced to 4 slashing damage.
Cool.
Next one attacks with the flank. That is going to be 21 to hit.
That meets it, beats it.
Bites you on the shoulder. You take 6 reduced to 3.
Okay.
Right. Claw attack. It's going to be a natural 20. And the last one, silvery barbs on that one. Okay. Reroll becomes a modified 20.
Okay.
Okay. Who's getting advantage? What's next?
I'll give it Tyranny. I'll give it
Okay, give it to Stella. Last attack, Shroud. That's a natural 20. Could have been 2, but it's only 1. So 1 hit, 1 natural 20. So the hit is 11 reduced to 5 as he claws you, sort of half being distracted by Erebir. The other one comes in with a ferocity, which is going to be 20 reduced to 10.
Okay.
Slap.
Not 110. Ooh.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, I need to do something really quick. You see this as they're sort of clawing into you. You see this like this middle-aged woman sort of speak to you. She says, "Be careful, Jordan. Be careful." And that's all. That brings us to your turn, Shroud. What do you do?
Alrighty, I am going to use my bonus action to call the longsword.
The sword unsheaths itself and you get a free attack.
Okay, and I am going to attack the one that is like Eravir is standing in front of. Yes.
The one air. Oh, okay, yeah. You'll get the advantage.
Yeah, because they're kind of like sandwiching me, but the one that's like
Got it. So your sword won't get the advantage as it's not considered a creature. Yeah, go ahead and strike.
That is a 17 to hit.
17 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay,
You also see them regenerate, by the way, on their turn.
that is 14 points of slashing damage.
14 points. He takes a slice to the eye and he's like, ah, and he growls angrily.
And then I'm going to keep going after him, I think, with my attacks.
Go for it. As a reminder, you have haste.
Yep. Okay, so that's 17. 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that is 5. Let's see here. Around 10. 12 points of. Wait, I lied. Hold on now. Looking at the wrong weapon. 13 points of piercing damage.
13 points of piercing damage. Very good.
And then one more is 13. 24 to hit.
And roll hit, roll damage.
And that is 5, 11, 12, 13, again, points of piercing damage.
13 points of piercing damage. Fantastic. So you're just clobbering them. Keep going.
I think that's it, because that was my 3 attacks. And then...
With a hasted action.
Oh, yeah. What can I don't know if I've really had experience with that. What can I do with that?
You can use any of the basic player actions, such as dash, disengage, dodge, stealth, but you can also make one free weapon attack with it if you wish.
I'll do that then.
You don't get 2 attacks with it.
No, you don't
Just
get
one.
Yeah.
Just one. Okay. Well, may as well. So that is 25 to hit.
25 hits. All right. You just you're a flurry of like dragon tooth as you stab into this guy.
And that's 12 points of piercing damage.
He's hurting bad. Hurting really bad.
And then he will have disadvantage unless he's attacking me.
Understood. Very cool. Very cool. All right, Eravir, you're up to bat.
Or are these creatures then?
And you?
Yeah, so
They're like 12 feet tall. They're pretty fine.
they're pretty tall. I want to quicken cast a fireball,
Okay.
but I want to aim.
Excellent choice.
Eravir's casting fireball. What?
Mm-hmm. I want to hit their heads and not us.
Got it. Just so you know, if you do this, you will hit Shroud's dancing sword. And probably the tower a little bit. You can miss the tower, but if you intend to hit these two guys, you got to take the sword with it.
Aww.
You can do it. It's okay.
It's a sturdy sword.
Will it worth a shard or just go back to it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
It's never been blown up before.
I was gonna say there's nothing in the thing that says that it can be destroyed.
roll me an Arcana check.
Maybe it'll be stronger.
You know magical items to be considered like fairly resistant to damage, more so than their original, but certainly not immune.
Okay. I guess well, except that fire's the only thing that'll do it.
Okay.
That's a dex save. But let's do a big one. Let's do 7 because I've got the slots to burn.
Fair.
Yeah.
figure something out. Okay. Let's do this. Dex saves for my big boys. You're probably both gonna fail with a 12 and an 11.
Yeah, it's an 18.
18 points of, oh, okay, yeah, roll me your fire damage.
42.
42, they both take 42 points of damage. One of them is really hurt and screeches in pain. The guy between you and Shroud is like, as his like head and his eye like are just fucking melted from the fire blast. And he is really fucking dead. As for Shroud's sword, what was the damage again?
42.
The
Dexterous
sword,
is the sword.
the sword has disappeared. within the flaming blast, you don't really know what became of it, but it is certainly not floating above Shroud anymore. And Shroud, you cannot feel its attunement.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not kidding. Magic items have health.
They do?
Yeah. The only items that are indestructible in D&D are artifacts, and even they have methods of destruction.
I'm sorry, Shroud.
It might not be, you just have lost track of it and its attunement. It could be in the snow somewhere, but...
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else here?
Yeah, I've got a full action left.
Okay. You have a hasted action left, right?
No, I couldn't do that.
Ooh, you quick right.
Well, I'll move around.
One Shroud still confronting?
Unless I can flank the one on the left.
Yes, Yella's standing in the doorway there.
Sure, I'll do that one then.
Okay, right behind.
And I'll make 3 attacks. The first one I'll use a green flame blade on.
Okay.
That's a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Green flame blade is 12 fire damage.
So 16 and 12, that is 28 points of damage. Good God.
Yeah.
You guys are getting pretty strong. You slash into it, it emanates in fire, and it screeches in pain. Certainly the rest of the tower is awake now, as it like yowls through the door, as flames lick up his body. Is there anything else?
Yeah, my second attack and hasted.
Go for it. 25 will hit, roll damage.
11.
11 slashing damage. Fantastic. It is very hurt.
I'll add a charge on that.
Sure.
Oh, 1 radiant.
Oh man. 1 extra damage. Well done. Anything else?
Last piece of action for 25.
25 will hit, roll damage.
That's 11 slashing, and I'll add a charge.
Okay.
3 radiant.
Well done. And with that, it falls defeated as you slash through its back with the blade dancer finesse that you possess. Well done. Anything else, Aravir?
Nope.
Nope. That'll bring us to the guards, who are going to sort of run here and here, and this one's going to run over to here. That one's head's like on fire, so they're not worried too much about the flames. But they are going to, they had dropped their shields, so they are going to just use their spears and stab if they can. That is going to be, this guy's going to throw his, 15 will hit, the other guy throws his, and that will hit as well. That is going to be 6 and 3, that'll be a total of 9 damage to the enemy as the 2 spears lance into his chest. Still alive though. That'll bring us to Star as you sort of, I imagine, roll out of bed and fall down the stairs a little bit. What do you do?
Yes. as Star would do. Go to the nearest enemy, even though I'm going to be terrified because he remembers the the tall ogre people and how they used to tussle with him, and he'd be like, "God, freaking damn it, not ogres, no." Anyway, and then starts attacking the nearest person.
Got it. So we'll say you run out here, 5, 10, 15 here at the end of your movement getting out of there. You see this guy, you could toss a dagger in his face if you want to.
Yes, I will toss the dagger. I'm not using my my specialty weapons though. Screw you.
All right. Screw me. Okay.
Well, the ogre, more of the ogre. I don't want to lose
Understood.
my venom or white tooth dagger.
You don't deserve my cool dagger.
Pretty much. All right, let's see if I can hit. Wow, that was bad. 2 plus 10 is 12.
12 points, or 12 to hit?
Yeah, 12 to hit.
You're half asleep and you're like, "Ugh," and you throw it, and like the blunt end sort of like bonks off of his forehead. No damage. Bonus action if you
I
want
was
to.
just gonna be like, crap. I guess I'm gonna like prep my dagger, and I don't have any movement, so.
Bonus action if you want to throw a second.
Okay, I can try throwing a second instead of prepping my dagger for
Okay.
venom. So let's try again. Wow, I rolled a 2 twice. Well, I missed again. It's 12 again.
You're like, hey guys, watch this, and it goes, dong, dong, and it goes, ah, look at you, and you're like, oh fuck. And I think that'll be the end of Star's turn, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was really sad.
That'll bring us to Terrence as you awaken, sort of like jump and roll. What do you do?
I throw on my cold weather gear.
I'll assume you were sleeping in that. It's pretty cold out there, so you don't need to spend any actions on that.
And I'm not going to get up and close because I don't have my armor on and I'm a little squishy.
Yep.
But what I will do is I'm gonna throw out a 4th level spiritual weapon with my bonus action.
Ooh, you gonna step into the doorway here so that you can see?
Yeah, let's step into the doorway.
All right, spiritual weapon. What is your? Oh, you have the cornucopia thing going on, right?
Yeah, I think it had been like an amalgam of different weapons. I think this time it's just going to be a little simpler. It's just a scythe.
Okay, a scythe, got it. Very cool. Cool. I don't have a scythe, so you get to have this cool spiritual, like galactic sword. And you summon it. You want to summon it like right here somewhere?
Can I do it like above him?
Yeah, like right over his head.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hell yeah, yes you do. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
All right. That'll be 13.
13 does miss, I'm afraid to say.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, mean.
That's fine. That's my bonus action. My action, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead.
All right, totally dead. Wisdom save. That is going to be a 10 to save.
That will fail. Has this troll already taken damage?
Oh yeah, it has.
Oh yeah, so that'll be 3d12.
Go for it. 9.
13 necrotic damage.
13 necrotic damage. That it goes as this bell across the tundra. It is barely standing. Is there anything else?
And then I'm going to step back into the temple.
I like it in there. That's fair. All right, Ciela, you gonna finish the job or what?
Yeah, let's finish the job. I'll just use a regular arrow this time.
I'm gonna say you step out a couple feet so that you can get around that corner in the dead scrag, as it's called. Go ahead and take a shot.
Okay.
That's right.
28.
28 will hit. Roll me some damage.
15 damage.
All right, how do you want to kill the scrag?
I
As it's-
want to shoot an arrow right into its eye, and the acid burns all around it, and the arrow kind of sticks out the back of its head.
Got it. The arrow slams into its eyeball, and like from where the feathers would be, it like sort of hits the side of his face and sort of burns through his skull, and as the skin falls away, his eye melts, and just like the open eye hole can be seen before he falls to the ground, dead as can be.
Seal will nod and go, sick.
With that, maybe I'll go back to bed. Shroud, do you want to look for your sword?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, Shroud and Airview, roll me investigation or survival checks, your choices.
Let's see here.
Can I help and just be like groggy little star that notices them investigating?
Sure, yeah, go ahead and roll. I'll say at disadvantage because you don't know what you're looking for.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you said it was investigation or what now?
So investigation or survival.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I guess 16.
Okay. 17.
Wow, I just rolled a nat one, but okay, but I have reliability, right?
What did
This is
everybody?
on brand.
What were the totals? 16?
I got 17.
17, Star?
Yeah.
I rolled a nat one, but am I allowed to use the reliability for this?
As long as you're proficient with it, yes.
Yes. Okay, so then it is a 19.
A 19. So you're like wandering around, you guys are looking as best you can, you guys sort of close into like the opposite end of the flow, and Star, you step on something really sharp and you go, ow, crap! And you like fall down in the snow, so you found it, good job. And you guys kind of run over there, and you guys are going to see the dancing sword, but it is like clearly like warped really badly. Basically like the top of the sword looks like it like got superheated and is like melted downward now, and it looks like the blade like it's not destroyed. There's a chance it could be repaired from like a skilled arcanist smith of some kind, but it's far too heavily warped to actually been used or fit in any scabbard. It is not usable. It has been effectively rendered unusable.
I'm so sorry, Shroud.
That fucking sucks.
Now I know not to attack magical weapons. I thought it'd be a little
That is to say, so magical items are resistant to damage. They're not immune to damage. So that means that like whereas a sword only has maybe like 12, I'm just throwing a number out there, 12 HP, a long sword would be resistant to that damage and have double that. But they're still swords at the end of the day.
But I only did 42.
I just threw a number out there. I'm not giving you the specific number, as you are not a smith, so you would not know.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're resistant to damage, but not immune to it. Not, especially not the power of a near archmage. Okay. All right, so we're gonna head back to watches and go back to bed. Okay. You all head back to bed. You all go to sleep, and you will all be getting a long rest. You will make it out with a long rest. Does this temple stay here forever, Terrence?
It stays here for 24 hours.
God.
If
Okay.
I cast it in the same spot every day for a year, it's forever.
God, I thought the idea of you just like popping up temples of Achantia like every day, it's like, I thought that was very funny. But anyway, you all wake up the next morning alive and well, and the crew looks pretty happy to have slept in like a comfortable place and have avoided a possible scrag attack. You guys are getting huge kudo points with the crew. Very happy. Maybe, you know what, Terrence, you want to give me a little persuasion check at advantage to see if you can get some converts amongst the crew?
Of course, I am always looking for more to my flock.
Or
Persuasion?
that's right.
Natural 19, 24.
24, fantastic. 24. Damn, that's pretty good. Let's say you get 3 converts. Like as you sit around and talk and they look up at the whole thing. 24 is really good. I'm gonna do you better than that. I'm gonna say like tonight you get like 6 people who are like firmly into Chantia. They're like firmly like they've seen this divine miracle. They've looked in awe at her statue. They recognize the protection she lent them last night through you. You speak about her power and her grace and how cool she is. And like 6 people are like firmly Chantia believers now.
It is so vitally important to bring the harvest to the seas.
Who's to say there isn't a harvest at seas? There is fish to be taken. Fair enough, Brandon. Fair enough. I am going to temporarily remove your temple because who knows what might happen. But I know how to get it back. So you defeat this scrag, throw them into the sea, and the day is won. So you all get back into the Frost Skimmer, I assume, the next day, and will continue your voyage. So look around for Spiff. Day 2 in the frozen north. Let's see here. Day 2 goes by. You are looking, you're hunting for anything unusual that could be of great help to you in your voyage and your quest. You find nothing. That's day 2. You sleep well in what I assume is another temple of Chantia.
Yes.
Yep. And you sleep well. Day 3 rolls around. See how that goes. Okay, there we go. Calm down. Not you guys, the module. Okay. Okay. This is actually pretty cool. I'm not going to do too much alteration to the map because it's not going to. Well, I'll deal with it as we deal with it. You all look around for the 3rd day, looking for something in the sea of moving ice that could possibly lead you in the direction of your Crimson Friend, as she has been dubbed. You put up your great tower, Terrence, and you're going to go sleep there. Let's see who sees it. I'm pretty sure everyone has a pretty decently high passive perception in the group. I'm just going to say Ciela while Terrence is like erecting another great tower of Chantia to guide you all from the darkness. You're going to see something. Let me just sort of like, you guys are all around, maybe there's guards here and there getting ready for the night. But as the early evening is happening and the temple is erected, you look across the flow and you are going to see the biggest bear you have ever seen. And it has completely white fur. You see it sort of like on one of the flows, kind of billowing around, going, whoa. And you look at the subject of, apparently it's agitation, and you see this, a humanoid. You see, looks to maybe some man or woman who is in like thick furs, and is like kind of cornered on one of the flows.
Okay.
What do you do?
There's someone over there. I'm going to draw the bow just to look. Like look down the arrow, see if I can see better.
Should that help you in some way?
No, but
Okay.
she thinks it does.
Sorry, the pause there made me think that there was something else missing. But you look down and you do see that this big mighty bear is about to fall upon this lone hunter.
How far?
Within range, let's say.
Okay. All right, guys. We're gonna have a bear coming in at us, and I'll loose an arrow at it.
Okay, got it.
You said this happens while I'm erecting this tower.
Yeah.
Right.
How long into it? It takes an hour.
We'll say around the end, like you're available here if you want to.
Oh, I'm available? Okay. So I just got it up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna set the scene a little bit for you guys. And I'm going to take it back to our two bears because you guys are a very high level.
Same size, same gigantic bears.
Still same bears, these big white bears. We'll say one is like swimming over to the actual flow that the hunter is on, and you guys are on the one a little ways away. Yeah, baby. Look at that big boy. Look how big he is. Big bear. Okay, take your shot. I'm gonna roll initiative here because time will be of the essence here. This guy might not find himself alive much longer if you don't act quickly.
Okay,
Alright.
I rolled a dirty 30.
To attack?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna mark that down for your turn, but we do want to roll initiative here because this is where things,
Okay.
they might not be a huge threat to you, but they are a huge threat to this individual that you're looking at. So
Yeah.
let's deal with that.
That's a 25.
I got 23.
All right. Well, I'm not. Hang on.
You asked for it, we got it!
I know. It's on my phone. So. Look at that big bear. Who's a big bear? Who? I'll do the rolls first. Hang on. Let me be good. Right. That is going to be a good thing you're rolling first. Oh no, that's him. My bad. And oh, they still roll pretty dang good.
Oh no. My cat is going nuts.
Okay, and who's got more? Dex the warrior does. That's a good thing. Okay, let's get some initiative. 25 and above.
25.
25, but
21.
23?
These guys.
Jeez, guys.
No, not the random stranger we just met. Did Aravir? Well, let's see Ella go first because she spotted it. I think that would make sense, and she also is pretty dexterous. What about you, Terrence? What'd you get?
I got a 15.
You will be at the end. I'm sorry. That was still very good for you, though.
What a shame.
That was really good for Terrence, but we're at a high level. Okay, next important question is where would everybody be standing? So Terrence, I'm gonna obviously say you're probably like right before the temple as you're summoning it.
That's fair.
Yeah, these guys are just standing beside you going, Chantia, Hail Mary, and they're just like totally into this thing you're doing. Where is everybody else standing? I know Ciela, you're like right near the edge of the shelf, keeping an eye on things, but what about you three? Where are you guys? Getting your bags off the frost skimmer, you're over with Ciela, what do you think?
I'll probably be with the Ciela.
Okay,
Because Star's probably waiting there for fish, because she's probably going to go fishing.
okay, well, so you're like looking over the edge, like looking in for something yummy.
I'd probably be waiting on the shelter to be made.
All right, so you think you'd be on the frost skimmer trying to like keep warm?
No, I'd probably be closer to Terrence.
Okay, deal. Lyra is probably like fully under the water because he doesn't want to be spotted by bad guys, or I mean good guys. What about you, Shroud? Where are you feeling?
Let's see here. I can't think of anything special per se.
Very nice.
Helping with the stuff off, like helping unpack the boat, maybe?
Probably, yeah, to be honest.
Yeah, so we'll put you down there. And imagine that there's like 40 dudes on this shelf. I'm sure you guys don't sit around and watch me place 40 dudes, so imagine there. Okay, Ciela, as you start, you see another polar bear, or I mean a very scary white bear, surface from the water onto the flow, while this other bear is sort of roaring from this one. You've drawn your bow, you roll a 30 to hit, go ahead and roll damage.
18 damage.
18 damage. You shoot it right in the rump. And it takes that and it kind of roars around, like looks behind, kind of lets out like a at you. Yep.
I'm gonna take my second shot at the other bear.
Okay. I want to remind you something, Cielo.
Yeah.
For a revised ranger, your primeval awareness has 2 functions.
Okay.
Why don't you go look at that between turns, because that could potentially be helpful in a situation like this. But you're shooting, so we'll deal with that later. But I just wanted to remind you.
Okay. The second one is a 13 plus 12, so that'll hit 25.
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead and shoot it.
13 damage.
13 damage. All right, you shoot that one and is fairly agitated by that. Absolutely.
And I'm gonna yell, "Come at me, cocksuckers!"
They go, "We can't understand you because we're bears.
Yeah.
We're unoffended by you." All right, well done, Cielo. That'll bring us to Erebir if there's nothing else. Erebir, you turn.
I'm gonna retreat 30 feet.
Okay.
You're afraid? Star's just like, what?
You're like, "Come and get me," and you just like go running across this rift, and like all the guys are like, "What the hell?" And they see the bears and they're like, "Oh no!" But that brings us to Erebir's turn. Erebir.
Oh wait, no, Lyragoth.
Lyragoth is like under the water, hiding from the crew members right now.
Fair enough. Okay.
Would you? Because that's like she's following you, but she also doesn't want the crew to see her because she's a
Makes
dragon.
sense. Yeah.
Got it. If you would have had something different going on, let me know. Okay, Erebir, you hear all the commotion. What do you do?
How far am I away from the bear that's closest to the person?
Find out. You are 190 feet.
Oh, that's pretty far.
It's pretty far.
Can I move forward 30 feet?
Oh yeah, you can.
So I'll pass Bixby's hand at the farthest.
Ooh, 160 now. So how far away is it being placed?
That would be 120 feet.
Okay, 120 feet. And what kind of hand are you summoning in this moment?
What kind of hand?
Yep, go ahead and read it. It has a number of functions.
Oh, I thought it was a hand that could do stuff.
It can do stuff. What is it doing?
Give that bear a hand.
Well, let me use my bonus action to move it 60 feet first,
Okay.
and then do a grasping hand.
There we go. I asked because I have all these cool Bixby's hands I've never gotten to use. Like this one you can flip someone off with this one. You know what I mean?
Yellow hand.
That's a Cielo hand. Okay. So out of the snow, so we'll say you kind of conjure it from the snow and this hand at pure ice. It goes flying across the snow. It goes 60 feet.
Yeah.
It goes flying across, it goes, and the bear's like, "Arr!" And what do I need to do? What do you need to do?
It's a strength check contested by. You could check with the hand strength contested by an athletics check of the target.
Got it.
And it's the plus.
All right, it rolled an 18.
Oh, I got a 21.
All right, the bear is strong and it kind of goes up on its back legs and kind of, and it like grabs it like across the belly. And he's kind of like, as it's like holding on to him nice and tight. He is grappled.
Perfect.
Damn, man, the wizard's got everything in the toolbox. Is there anything else?
Nope.
All right, no bonus action? Cool.
Well, the bonus action was to move it 60 feet.
Gotcha. Okay, that will bring us to Shroud. Shroud, you're like at the edge of the water, looking for a fish. Alas, no fish, only bears. What would you like to do?
Only bears.
No, it's
Let's
Star's
see
turn,
here.
not Shroud.
Star.
What?
You're up, Star.
It's my time? Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay, I'm going to use my arrow because it's too far away. I'm not getting closer to a bear.
Fair enough. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
All right, where's
You
my
have
bow and
advantage
arrow?
because you are an assassin, and it has
Wait,
that.
I get an advantage because they haven't attacked yet?
That's right. You are an assassin. You get advantage on anything that hasn't gone in initiative yet.
All right, let's see. Come on. Oh, literally just by one number difference, eh? All right. It is 25 to hit.
25 doesn't hit the bear. Yes, it does. It definitely hits. I was like, one day it'll work. Yes, you absolutely hit the big bear.
All right, sweet. I need 1d8
And sneak attack.
and my sneak attack. Oh my goodness. How many dice? Gee. All right, where's that d8? Okay, d8, and how many dice do I need for? Oh my god, 7d6s. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness.
Getting pretty nasty. Star's getting to be a pretty mean assassin.
I know. 6, 7. There we go. All right, move around, dice. I gotta roll.
Are you prepared to annihilate this bear?
I hope so.
Bear looks at you with big eyes and goes, I'm just trying to feed my family.
Yeah, well, feed a different family. Eat someone else.
Okay.
Go under the water. Go eat the fish that I was technically wanting.
Star's sending out his diss track while he's like trying to shoot the crossbow.
And then plus what is on the attack roll? It should be, where's Penelope? There you go. +5.
I love that your crossbow's name is Penelope. I love that.
I think I've been listening to too much Epic the musical. Anyway, 37.
God damn! 37 is no small number. And as it's roaring at you, you shoot it like right in the mouth, and it goes like right into its mouth. And like, but it's calculated. Like all of you just see like Star, like, oh, Star, you're shooting in the mouth. It's so fucked up. But Star, you know precisely where to fire to hit the spinal cord, and you do. The bolt goes into its mouth, rips through the top of its mouth, and severs the spinal cord at the back of its head, and it falls limp to the ground without a second thought or roar, and just sort of kind of breathes faintly before coming to a rest.
Probably goes like, ah!
That is a dead there, my friends. Well done, Star. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I don't think I can hit the other bear. And plus I don't think I can shoot a second time, so
That was a bonus.
a bonus action, not really much I can do because I can't shoot a second time. I'm just gonna get closer and
Okay.
like kind of like yell at it and go like, hey, over here.
Got it. You're like, over here. And it's like, oh, it's looking at the giant hand that's got it by the belly. Shroud, it's a little far away. Is there anything you want to do?
I don't think so. Because it seems like they're making pretty good progress, and it feels like a lot of effort to like go that far.
Fair enough. Yeah,
They got that tickled.
those are like calculating distance and like effectiveness, and it's like, not worth it, not worth it, not worth it. And you're just like, kind of.
I just go back to what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah, you like look over and you're like,
Eh.
and just like keep moving shit. Everyone else is like, oh, like watching it, and you're just like, only person still working. Incredible. The hunter is not really sure what's going on, but is not going to be one to waste an opportunity. He's going to take his spear and he's going to throw it at the bear. And it goes sploosh into the water next to it. That brings us to the bear. He's going to try and get out of Bigsby's hand. Go ahead and roll me a contested check. It rolls a natural 20 for a 25.
Oh, wow.
Beat that.
Oh, but it's a 20.
A 20, it like rips itself free from Bigsby's hand. And it is going to, I think, try and get away from the hand, because like there's a lot of hurt coming from that direction, and the hand is very mean and doesn't look very meaty or delicious. It's made of ice. So he's just gonna turn to the guy, and he's gonna charge down the guy. And as he gets to the guy, it's gonna stand up on its back legs and kind of down at the dude and prepare to attack, but he's already used his action to get free, so he cannot use his action to attack the hunter. That'll bring us to Terrence. Terrence, you erect the Tower of Chanti and turn around and see all the commotion, realize nobody's paying attention to your cool feat.
Aw,
For like the third day in a row.
is that a big white bear? I'm gonna run over there.
All right, you run 30 feet in this direction.
Yep,
All right, anything else?
I don't get very far.
Nope. Want to dash?
How far am I from the bear?
You are. God, thinking. 190 feet.
That's a lot of distance.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Do I have anything that will work for that? Sure, let's dash.
All right, big dash. Oh Jesus, not that much. That's fine. You get to there. Dashing through all the people. A bonus action.
And wait a minute, hold on. Wait a second, I might have a bonus action I can use. If I can find it. In my so many spells. Okay, how far away does that put me now?
That puts you at 160 feet.
160 feet. Still too far away. Nope, that'll be my turn.
Okay, Ciela, did you check out your primeval awareness feature?
Yes, I did, but I can't use it because I hit the guy.
I know.
It's
I
okay.
guess
Next
I only
time,
want
next time. Yeah.
For future reference, yeah. Okay, what do you do?
I'm gonna run ahead 30 feet since it didn't chase me,
Got it.
and I'm going to set a hunter's mark on it.
All right.
And we're gonna do an overdraw.
You don't. It's not. It's definitely further than 90 feet.
Oh, no hunter's mark? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, a little far for that.
That's fine. That's a nat 20.
Maybe. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so first damage is gonna be 25 plus 41 damage.
Plus 41 damage. How do you want to slay a polar bear?
I think I'll do what started, only on the opposite side. From the back of the skull, out of the mouth.
Got it. You hit it like right in the back of the skull. Nobody can hear it but the hunter, but there's this cracking sound as your acidic bolt lodges itself deep in its brain and then literally melts its brain and it falls dead to the ground, twitching.
Cool.
Horrific way to die. The hunter is like at the back of the shelf with his last spear going. You can see from his breath in the cold, just like completely astonished by the feat. And when we come back from our break, I'm sure they'll get to meet whoever this is. It's DeLon Winterhound. What is he doing here?
What?
What are you doing here, buddy?
He almost got ate by a polar bear.
You almost got eaten by
I mean a big white bear that I've never seen before.
Definitely never seen that before. Hooray. So, welcome back. Yeah, the hunter has survived the bears by the skin of his chinny chin chin. What do you all do?
I will dimension door over to him.
Okay.
I'll go too.
For those of us that can't, I'm gonna cast Water Walk.
So one of you disappears and reappears through a dimensional door. The rest of you begin to walk on water like you're Jesus Christ himself. This guy's like he is shocked. Not to mention that Terrence also rose like a celestial temple from like the middle of the iceberg. You like approach this guy and he's like, he speaks and he says like, or misar tua psikiatro. And he speaks in a language you do not understand.
Let's see here. Do I have tongues prepared?
Cast comprehend languages. Did I hear tongues from Terrence?
If I have it prepared, I don't think I do. Nah, I have nothing.
Yeah,
So I prepared for sea travel.
fair enough. Erebir, you approach this man. He has short dark hair and a broad face with light brown skin. Very like human, of course. Like what you would expect from like northern Inuit tribes. Like looks very Inuit. And as you cast or comprehend languages, you'll largely be able to make out what he says. The words will be slightly reorganized, but you'll be able to put them in order for yourself. He says, "Who are you all? Who are you people?"
Wait. Can I speak back of comprehend languages?
You cannot.
Okay. I'll just say Dragons Adventuring Co.
Goes. I cannot understand what you're saying. And all you hear, and like at Erebir.
Yeah. Friends. If he understands that word.
Friends.
Yeah.
Friends. And he'll point to himself and he'll say, Iruk. Iruk. Friends, Iruk.
Yep. Okay, that'll do.
Well, through your comprehends language, you're understanding that he
You
thinks
that's
your
my
name is Friends and his
Yeah.
name is Iruk.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any other way to talk to this person.
Well, while this is going on, can I investigate these bears?
Sure, go over and make a nature check. See if you know what they are. I'll also put out there that there's a crew of like 40 dudes who spend a lot of time up in this part of the world along with the captain himself. Maybe they might have some way to help you. But in the meantime, Terrence, what do you roll?
That's a nature check?
Yep.
I roll a 13.
You have heard of these kinds of bears before. They are a heavily blubbery Arctic bear, and they're considered to be the most dangerous natural occurring bears in the world. Amongst beasts, of course. They're also, they're pretty strong. They're mighty bears and native to this region.
Can I get started on skinning them?
You want to start skinning them? Sure, it's gonna take a while, but you
That's
can
fine. I got time.
All right. Yeah, Terrence, you're like, wow, what a mighty and then like this like blade just goes right in your throat, starts carving its throat out so that it bleeds out and doesn't spoil the meat.
Disrespectful. I won't let it spoil.
Well, I want the fur too. I mean, come on. Make a sick ass cloak with that.
Make
Couple for
me
you guys.
make me a nature survival check to see if you can know what parts are best to take and
Okay.
how.
26.
Yeah, you know that it has its claws and teeth are good, and its pelt is pretty good too. So you can begin to extract those.
I'd like to point
Yeah.
at Enoch.
Yep.
And then use like the walking sign with my fingers.
Okay.
And then point at me. And then point over to the ship.
You want me to walk? Wait, you pointed at you. You. This is a tricky one. Because you want to walk to the ship.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay.
It should be set.
I don't think that's for us. And he'll say, okay, okay. And he'll sort of nod at you all, and he'll walk to the ship with you all.
Can he? Can we get to the ship by walking?
If you guys start walking on the water, he's gonna like look at you all and like go to put his foot in the water, and like it'll splash around a little bit, and he'll draw it out quickly and be like, ah, and he'll be like, God, my boots are cold. I thought I could walk on water too.
I'll extend my hand to him if see what he does.
He looks at you and recognizing you as his savior, he like reaches his hand out and takes your hand.
Little dimension door back to the ship.
Dimension door back to the ship. He's like, he goes, he goes, what does he say? He says, my grandfather Walrus, that was, how can this be? And he looks back at you and he goes, you are a powerful snow shaman, I can see that. And he looks around at all the people, and the captain will appear. Captain Lurstaw says, I see you found one of the locals. I can speak their language if you wish.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. His name's Zenith.
Hello. And he'll begin to translate for you, and we can go to like a proper conversation now. And the captain will translate the native tongue for you. What would you like to say to Iruk?
Oh, you're up. Do you need help getting back to your village?
No, I am quite capable. My canoe is nearby, but I was cut off from it when the bear appeared. So, but I should be able to get back just fine. Thank you.
Okay, well I'm glad you're safe. Any chance you've heard of a woman named I can't remember her name. Earlier, but Macaf?
I know of no woman called Macath.
Or sorry, Tiefling. Her name's Macaf.
I've never met a tiefling before. What is a tiefling?
They've got horns. They have red skin sometimes.
I have never met anyone with. I don't think I've met anyone with red skin before.
Okay, have you seen an ancient white dragon flying around here?
He goes pale. He already was pretty pale. He goes more pale. And he will look at you, and he will say, "You speak of the beast of Oyavigaton." I will post the wording of whatever he just said in the Zoom chat. You speak of the beast of Oviagaton.
Oh. Is that the same name you gave us, or is this...
No, this is a different word.
Yes, does it... Yeah, it flies and it's a white dragon. That's probably their name for it, right?
No. Avoyagaton is a tribe in these parts. There is a great and mighty iceberg that houses their tribe, and they say that tribe serves the great beast that lives there.
Oh.
It is great with scales of ice and terrible. It commands the Arctic with its very breath.
And where could we find that village?
Because he will sort of like begin to point in like the northwestern direction. He goes, in that way, that direction. It does not move much, but it does sometimes. It is an iceberg, but if you head in that direction, you'll be on the right path. You are too far from here. Maybe a day or two or more in that direction, but I do not go there. My tribe does not go there. He says, you should keep away from it. It is very dangerous. Any who go there they must follow the commands of the great beast. I You should not go there. Very dangerous.
Understood. Well, we have to find our friend, the cat. He understands, so we might have to head there anyway. Is there anything you can tell us about the place that might help protect us?
My people only know to stay away. I only know what I need to know, and what I need to know is that it is far too dangerous to tread there. If you must. Sorry?
What makes it dangerous?
The creature, the great beast there, is a tyrant of Arctic and tundra. It is a spirit of the evil winter.
Well, you've been most helpful. Let's go back, or you?
No, I got my canoe. Oh yeah, got my canoe. I will find my way to my tribe. If you must go, again, more north you must tread, but go cautiously. Or not at all if you are wise. And he will say thank you once more, and he will turn and kind of leap across the various ice floes and find his way to his canoe. Some of the flows off and kind of sort of disappear into the Arctic.
Captain, you recommend that's the direction we should head.
Right. We'll head that direction tomorrow morning. Let's get some sleep. And you guys can all bed down for the night, and you will get a long rest without any issue.
How long does it take me to skin those bears?
That's such a great question. I've been looking for like how long does it take to skin something. There's no set rules for how long it takes to skin something.
Quick, what's the surface area of a polar bear?
Yeah, right. Jesus. I'm gonna be wildly unnaturally generous because to fully and properly skin a polar bear would take a long time. So I'm gonna be kind and say that you can get one of these bears skinned in 2 hours.
Okay, I'll do them both then,
Alright.
and take a short rest at the end of the night.
Oh, so you'll take the exhaustion?
Yeah.
Okay, you take the exhaustion, you stay up late and you butcher the beast and recover its hides and teeth. I'm gonna keep looking for hopefully something that tells me what makes sense for how long it should take to skin a polar bear. But in the meantime, you will have gained 2 small pouches of bear claws and teeth.
Hang on, I'm just gotta go to my notes.
Yeah, I'm gonna just post for you all the stuff. I'll put it in Facebook.
Okay.
I find it's a lot easier than sitting here and beating a dead horse a little bit. Let me give me all the polar bear information. There we go. Okay, there's the information. You have 2 of each. Polar bear hide can obviously be crafted into leather stuff, such as armor. And hides. Yep, so you have 2 of each. Okay, the next day you awaken. And you begin to move into the deeper portions of the Sea of Moving Ice. Oh, that will hit something, because we have with the guidance of the hunter that you met, you will begin to find your way into more dangerous places. Huh, that was fast. It shouldn't have taken that, it shouldn't have been that quick. I had other cool things to show you, but that's okay. Okay, guys. Forget my plans, let's do the fun thing instead. Which is true. They tell a story. Let me see if I can get a cool, Alright. You guys begin to tread through the water. You travel for quite a while. You travel up north for like a good 12 hours. And on the 12th hour, as the sun's beginning to go down, you guys are maybe a couple hours out from finding a good place to put your ship in. You guys see a massive iceberg. Give me a second. I want to show you what it looks like on site, if I can find a picture of it. Doesn't want me to, does it? Have a moment, let me just see if I can scan the page and maybe it'll give me something. And it will not, never mind. I'll just describe it to you. The iceberg rises from the sea to form a floating island. The portion of the berg that you can see above the water is roughly triangular with rounded corners. The plateau portion of the iceberg rises more than 100 feet from the water, and the jagged ice peaks. The jagged ice peaks at another 200 feet above it. This is certainly the largest float you have seen in the Sea of Moving Ice. And that's that. Let's go to see what Oyavingaton looks like. Hopefully, I'm not revealing. Don't look over there. Or over there either. You see coming out of the sea is this massive iceberg, jagged chunks of ice 100 feet tall, and the actual rise and plateau of it another 100 feet. It is a massive snow shelf, a massive island within the Sea of Moving Ice. As you see it, it is very foreboding as it appears on the horizon, and Captain Lursta says, I think we have found that place you are looking for. This is what you wish to do. You wish to go there.
Yeah.
Anyone? Large. You see that there are like canoe-like boats that are clearly visible from the water, that are about 60 feet long. You see enormous cracked bones, including the ribs that arch taller than a human. Anyone proficient with nature may make a roll. Or actually, just no roll requires anyone proficient with nature, period. Terrence?
I am.
All right, my two nature people, of course you are. You recognize the bones are mostly from whales and huge seals of some kind. That they certainly make up a sort of dire entrance to the berg. You see an ice chasm splits the cliff face above the ice shelf, rising to the top of the plateau. The chasm is about 20 feet wide near the bottom, but narrow as 5 feet wide at the top. You see steps cut into the ice that should make an easy climb from the plateau. You get the sense that something maybe more humanoid lives there, as the hunter promised. Captain Lursta says, I hope you can understand, but I would wish to keep my crew members aboard the frost skimmer at all possible. This is a dangerous place, and I was contracted to get you here, not to fight for you.
Understandable. It is getting late in the day, though. Do we want to embark on this now, or do we want to wait until morning?
I'm feeling pretty rested.
You guys you got another 2 hours before you hit golden hour, and you would normally start bringing the frost skimmer onto a berg or onto a flow. So you've got time.
What's our plan here, though, before we I mean, I'm just gonna walk up and say like, hey, have you seen the cat? I mean, what if she's been in prison for 3 years and you don't take favor for that? Like, I wonder if there's a way you could like recon before we just go in.
You tell us.
Yeah, do you have a way to?
I just want to be very clear about something before we start. You guys are on the Proskimmer. There is no privacy on this ship. Like, it is a one-level ship. Everybody's around you. Just want to be very clear about that. Please continue.
I mean, I can use clairvoyance to look at a place. I think it's like a mile wide, so I could get like a bird's eye view. So if the diver got off, I guess that would be. My sensor's invisible though.
Are there any seabirds nearby?
From this place, no. There is definitely no birds flying around. I wonder why.
Very much pointing to be a snack.
I could make Star invisible, and they could do some recon.
I also have the ability to levitate.
Make Blackrock invisible. We could try to talk to one of the locals before getting too close. Like if there's like a fishing party or something like that. I don't know, I'm just spitballing ideas.
I'd rather not die than go in there and still be invisible.
If it's as dangerous as they say it is, it's probably not wise for any of us to go in alone.
Yeah. Well, I'll start with the clairvoyance. Throw that up. And I've been doing this round. It takes 10 minutes to cast. So,
Okay.
And we should figure out before we try and make any contact, I should try and get a temple erected, so we at least have a place of sanctuary.
The man says, if you don't, or the captain says, if you don't mind my saying, your temples have been very helpful to keeping the crew safe and warm, but could it stand against such a beast if it caught wind of it?
Possibly not. If this is the beast we think it is, then there's a good chance it could make its way in. But I can make our temple a little less conspicuous.
Okay, I certainly will not doubt whatever powers you claim to have at this point.
It's not foolproof, but it's better than nothing.
Okay.
Now this is it an island or an iceberg that we're?
This is an iceberg.
Okay. Are we gonna have to climb like a cliff face?
No,
Okay.
From here that there is like steps carved into the berg. You get the sense, like as I said, you found these like canoes in a sort of like makeshift jetty and steps that go up the way. You get the sense that some kind of humanoid tribe does live here, as the hunter confirmed for you, that you recently met.
Okay. Now, do we want to make landfall here or try and find a more secluded part of the island?
I can let you know when my clairvoyance goes up. It's a mile. I can see for a mile radius.
Okay.
So you want to just, we'll say we're coming to the end of that. You want to put that just like smack above the berg?
Can you describe like that entrance again?
Okay. You see basically what you can see from here. I'll just give you the whole stitch. You see an iceberg rising from the sea, a floating island, if you will. It's roughly triangular with rounded corners. The plateau is about 100 feet above the water, with jagged ice peaks adding another 200 feet above that. There is clearly boats that are on some kind of like makeshift landing or jetty. They look like long canoes, and on that jetty you see those like cracked bones that Terrence and Ciel has identified as like large whale bones, basically the evidence of some gigantic predator. You also see that the ice chasm, an ice chasm splits the cliff face above the ice shelf, rising to the very, very top of the plateau. I can give you the dimensions if you want, but what's most important is that there are steps cut into the ice, making for easy climb to the top of the plateau. So you get the sense, like, passive investigation would tell you that there's probably some kind of humanoid, maybe settlement or group of people at the plateau.
Yeah, can I put it above the plateau, but with a vantage point where I could see into the chasm as well?
Sure. Okay, let me go position the thing. Well, let me go see what's up. Oh, my fucking sound's like all the way off. What the hell? Sorry, you guys have been listening to nothing, and that sucks. Okay. This is as high as she goes, and then I'll move the camera around as you wish. So as you make your way to your clairvoyance, go to the top of the plateau, you will look down and you will see a village. Let me describe the layout of the village. You see near the center of the iceberg where the wind blows, but maybe is sort of, the village may be protected by various drifts that are formed around, like a shelf, protecting it. There's about 20 structures that make up the village, divided between, they're basically snow block shelters, similar to igloos or double-walled yurts. They're made from seal skin, stretched over whalebone frames, probably, from what you can see down below. That was probably more detailed than you, but it's fine. Most of these structures are small, look like maybe family dwellings, as you see people and children coming in and out. There's other bigger ones. You don't know the purpose of all of them. No columns of smoke rise above the village to give away its location, as you all saw down on the boat. You see all kinds of fish and meat being hung off of various lines to be basically like dried and frozen to be eaten, probably. And you see like many villagers wandering around, like a couple dozen. As you appear around like such, area here, that's pretty much the most significant thing. You can like look back and see the ship out there, but those are the most significant features at the top, is this village.
I can't see the chasm from there.
They are in the chasm. So this, now that you're looking from the top, you see the jetty down here, and the chasm has the stair steps that rise up and towards the village.
Can I swap the hearing and see if I can hear anything?
You swap to hearing. I'm going to say from the height that you're at to have been able to have seen what you're looking for. I'm going to say that the wind is blowing. You're not technically using ears. I'll say that you hear the wind. Maybe a perception check. We'll let the dice decide. 16. You hear like faint speaking down below. It doesn't sound like anything joyous. There's no like ha 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 laughing and having a good time or anything like that. It's just people kind of like going about their business, having very quiet conversations that are unperceivable to this sensor at this height. Because you didn't know where the village is, I'm not gonna like say that you like perfectly put it right on top of it. Mm-hmm. But you do hear that they like talk. It seems to be a fairly joyless village, but they live their lives as far as you can tell, and they seem to be doing so without too much immediate trouble.
tell if they are speaking that other language or if it's common?
They are, I'll give you that. They're speaking this strange language that the other guy spoke.
Okay. That's good to know. I'll leave the clairvoyance up for the hour to see if any, or 10 minutes to see if anything in particular happens, but yeah, I'll tell the party what I noticed, and I'll mention to Terrence, they are speaking that strange language, so if we go tomorrow, maybe you could have tons prepared.
Yeah, tomorrow I can definitely make strides to communicate with the locals, and hopefully we can gather some information they might have.
I have some bear teeth left over. Maybe I can make some makeshift jewelry for them to sweeten the deal. No, never hurts to bear gifts.
Huh, I see what you did there.
Bear gifts, very
Yeah.
funny. Okay, so you guys intend to sort of sail away and find a nice flow to put the ship on and rest for the night?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how well that goes for you.
What was that?
Nothing. I said we'll see how well that goes for you guys.
Oh, I thought you said Ciela. Sorry.
No.
In our downtime, can I do anything to these bear pelts so they don't spoil?
Oh, I got you. I got
But as a leather worker, like, is there anything I can do to them to make them not spoil?
Unless you have heat? No.
the gentle repose.
Okay.
Gentle repose, they will last for how long? Like 10 days?
I believe it's 10 days.
Well, it's 10 days right now, so we can wait.
Oh.
Well, it'll give you another 10 days.
Oh, well, okay, that's good then.
You touch a corpse or other remains for the duration, 10 days. The target is protected from decay and can't become undead. The spell also effectively extends the time limit on raising the target from the dead since days spent under the influence raised dead. Okay, that's just about raised dead. So yeah, it just protects it for 10 days.
Okay. Let's see here.
And I suppose bonfire isn't enough heat?
I mean, maybe in the temple.
Yeah, could be.
Totally helpful. Let's see. Below is quick overview, term explanation of dates, or use the guide. Is used as a guide for multiple items. Note if you always have to emphasize the exact expiration. Okay, so we'll say that like I'm giving a full guide here, but it says it needs to be treated. It needs to be treated and like soaked in order to retain its usefulness. So we'll say that you could spend like some downtime tonight soaking the hides, and that can maybe do the job. Like preserve it more, but you got 20 days on it, so.
Yep. And we have lots of salt water, so I'm sure I can do that.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I need to find a better guide, but whatever. Okay, so you guys settle in. Do you intend to make a temple?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
You find a ice shell. Okay, so as you guys find your way to your flow and you're about to pull the ship up, you do see, how many of them? You see like a large number of canoes and these various hunters sort of rowing towards Oviakatan, and they're sort of just like rowing along. There's probably like, let me think. There's maybe like 5 canoes with like 4 or 5 people in each one, and there are these like heavily furred like animal, like probably seal skin leathered hunters again. But they're actually like moving towards Oyabakaton, but they are clearly keeping distance from all of you.
That's fair.
Is there anything you guys wish to do, or you let them paddle by?
I think
Get
they're
nothing
probably
on us?
hunters or fishers returning.
I was just gonna let him go by.
So was I.
Yeah, there's no point in bothering them.
All
Not
right,
until we can understand him.
sure. Let them complete their journey, and they leave, and that's that. You put up your temple in the night, and you, my friend, will get you'll all get a long rest, and contrary to the paranoia of the captain, no dragon swoops in and smashes your temple to smithereens. The next morning, he says, so, we will be dropping you off at the berg then.
Yes.
Okay, so we will drop you at the jetty, and we will return back to this place of the temple. What would you have us do? I do not wish to remain too close to the
Go somewhere safe. Protect yourself and your crew. I will give you I will send a sending if we need transportation.
Send a sending. Okay, I'm sure I'll know what that is when I receive it. Very well. We will return here to where you have laid the temple. It seems to be very safe. And we will await your call. Good luck. Hopefully you don't die. That is my hope.
It wouldn't be the first time.
And
Darn just like looks at him going like, "Are you serious?"
he turns and just kind of like, he's like, oh, haha, like he doesn't get the joke basically, and he kind of like walks away. Like, right. But anyway, his ship will deliver you guys to the jetty, where no additional canoes are. You get the sense that maybe those rowers you saw earlier either went somewhere else or left before you got here. And they drop you at the jetty to begin your very fun exploration of what happens next. Unfortunately, Sabrosa is far too sick to come with you all. Hopefully she'll be healed sometime today. Canonically, of course.
As we're walking upstairs tonight, Rachel cast comprehend language, please.
Yep, of course. Lyregoth just like sits in the water. He's like, cool. You see that she looks a little perturbed. You get the sense that she understands she's in draconic territory here. She's like a little more like on edge. She like kind of like looks around. Definitely more on edge. Okay, congratulations. You have made it to Oviagaton. What's the plan?
Let's find civilization.
Lyregoth says, I don't want to be in the water. At least not the deep water. Am I coming with you, or what am I doing?
Well, we don't want to spook them. But if you want to be out of the water, you can come on out of the water. I'll put some furs on you.
Because I don't need your furs. I have my new special ring. And we'll sort of get out of the water and just sort of like let the icy water drip off. You see that like she's frozen over a lot of the parts of her scales, but she just kind of like cracks her neck, and like a whole chunk of ice like snaps off and just falls to the ground around here.
All right then.
Even if you're not cold, you should probably be disguised. How about those polar bear pelts?
I don't think that's gonna go over this time. Tell you what if you see someone coming, get back in the water. If there's nobody here, be out of the water.
You do know dragons can swim, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, other dragons other than me can swim.
Ah, I was thinking of the people. You're right.
I'm not the only swimming dragon, you know.
Yes, I understand.
All of a sudden, the pelt doesn't sound so bad, huh?
It sounds terrible. I am a wormling no longer.
Oh, you don't want to be covered in fur like me?
I will eat you. And then I will have all kinds of other magic things. And she like looks at you, Erebir, and says, "What about you? You told me you were going to teach me magic, and you haven't taught me any magic." No, nothing.
No, oh, no, all in due time, all in due time.
You lie, I know. I'll just have to steal my magic from other people.
Well,
I mean,
maybe
have you
there's a
tried
little
putting
cave
your
around
faith
here
in a
you
god?
Maybe there's a little cave around here you can hide in.
Maybe, yes. Yes, I will plunder the riches of this great dragon and become even more powerful.
She sort of does like a little body hop and makes the like change in her saddlebags go ching 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 ching. She looks pretty happy with the idea.
You know, sometimes the real treasure, the real hoard, is the friends you made along the way.
Uh-huh. Ciela will just give Lyragoth a pat on the shoulder. Alright.
Yeah, both of them look at you
Stay
like
out of sight.
Lyragoth will just sort of like slink into the shadows between the bergs and will enter stealth because she rolls a nat 20. She fucking vanishes, guys. Like slithers into like the shadows of the rocks and just vanishes like a serpent in the wall. You expect she's in the walls. She's in the walls. She's in the goddamn walls. But yeah. So
I thought you didn't teach her magic. She knows meld the stone.
so yeah, she's keeping up. Okay, you guys want to ascend the steps?
Mm-hmm.
Before you leave, I will say, what is the passive investigation of Terrence and Ciela?
18.
Passive investigation.
Oh, investigation? Oh, that's like shit. I got 9.
Oh, passive?
Just Terrence and Ciela.
Investigation,
12.
you said? That's 9.
Well, don't worry about it. You guys begin to ascend the. You guys begin to ascend the ice shelf, leaving the bones behind, and making your way up. Easy enough to climb with your snowshoes and such. I imagine Shroud looks very silly with their ice shoes and all the terror and menace until you get to the feet and you're like, ah, that's funny.
This is like wicker snowshoes.
Exactly. But you guys ascend and you are going to see a most grisly sight before you reach the actual village. You see this like fresh sheet of ice, and as you look into it, let's see here. You see a row of 10 corpses frozen into a wall of ice. Warriors, a dwarf, and 6 ice hunters. The bodies seem to be preserved within the ice, making it impossible to tell how long they've been there. Just like fully frozen into the wall, just like locked in ice.
Yay.
That looks familiar. You don't think there's a snow dragon here again like before, right?
Ciela kind of stares at Star.
You don't think there's definitely. There's 100%.
You mean the one they told us about?
Almost certainly.
Well, I meant nearby, like literally nearby.
From the shadows you hear,
This whole iceberg is probably its lair.
and you guys kind of have like a whoop, but there's no Lyragoth to be seen.
Okay, let's keep pushing forward.
So, just to be clear about the people you see in the burg, there are the ice hunters who are distinguishable by their garb and their sort of like light brown faces and broad faces. The warriors are like very like they're pale, and the dwarf. They all look foreign. Like they don't look like they belong in this region.
Hey, kind of like us.
Kind of like you guys. That's right.
That's not a bad omen at all.
There's only 3 of them that can't mean. There's only 4 of them that can't mean you. There's 5 of you. But anyway, you guys pass by this grisly warning. Probably to tell intruders to turn back, but alas, you do not. And you all ascend once more up and towards the village. There, you guys move into about here, and I'll begin to describe what you see, what happens. Ground is uneven, fractured by narrow ice chasms that divide the rill, snowdrifts, and ice ridges that are taller than a human. Sculpted by sea spray and wind, the ridges block the view of the village until you find yourselves standing within the doorway. Who do you want? The first sight that greets you as you emerge onto the plateau. Oh, you just saw that. Sorry. 20 structures make up the villages made of ice blocks, igloos, double-walled yurts, as Aravir explained earlier. Various tribesfolk make their way around. You are noticed, and you hear barking. You hear barking going. Are you sitting on the mic? Smokey, you silly thing. Let's see here. Yeah, you hear tons of barking, like a great amount of barking, and they all start charging towards all of you guys, and then kind of like stop short and just kind of like bark and snarl, and spit goes wild. These are not just like normal dogs. These aren't even like mastiffs. These are huge fucking dogs. You get the sense that these are like some kind of breed of like wolf dog. Like they're huge. And immediately all the villagers come like charging out with spears, and then just like start yelling in their strange language. And they all form a huge perimeter around you all as you are immediately noticed. And the villagers don't attack, but they certainly surround you. And here they all are.
Oh, look at all of them.
Look at them all. So many of them.
So many of them, in fact, that I need to take multiple tries at revealing them all. I think I got them. Oh, I missed one guy down here. Everybody comes out of their igloos. Warriors, children, wives who also pick up spears. They all sort of surround you guys and sort of shout and yell in their strange language. Here we go. They all sort of stand around you, alert, ready, armed. Some dozen couple of warriors. Let's see. Stepping out, you are going to see this human man who is a little bit older. And he steps to sort of the front between his warriors. At his side, you see this very shaman-looking individual, draped in various bones and like a staff, this like tribal-looking woman. He begins to speak in his strange language. Can
I cast tongues on myself?
Tongues on yourself, Terrence and Aravir. Yes, you will be privy to what is said. Terrence will be able to respond. He begins to speak. He says, "You have come to the burg of Jorvikton. You shall tell us why you are here, and then you will leave."
We mean you no harm. We are looking for a tiefling by the name of Mariketh the Crimson.
He looks at you and frowns and says, "We know no such person." Yep.
Oh, natural 20 for 20
natural 20 for 27. You get the sense that this individual, you don't detect any, you don't detect, it's difficult to explain. I'll just make it very plain. I'll be very direct about what it is and sort of dispense with the flavor, because it's difficult to interpret. You don't sense a lie, necessarily, but you sense that he is an exceptionally good liar. Everything sounds on the board, but you detect in his voice or like the way he responds, how direct he is, and how he makes almost pointed eye contact. It's very convincing, too convincing. You don't detect a lie off the bat, but you know that he is a good liar. So that all tells you that he's probably lying. Yes, he's probably lying, and most of what he might say now might be a lie indeed. But it'll be very hard to tell. The only reason that you've picked this up is because you rolled a nat 20. You get the sense that he is an exceptional liar.
That's not good.
So he will continue. He says, "We know of no such person. Leave, or you have come to the wrong place. I warn you, for there are sea-man monsters and scrags in the area that ravage all that come through."
We have
But
encountered some of these hazards and dealt with them accordingly. It seems like your village is in some distress. Maybe we can help.
as there is no distress here, we live peacefully, and we live within the safety of the bounds of the ice. We do not like
Safety.
outsiders. Indeed, we are safe, for the tundra itself protects us on our high berg.
Have you noticed any dragons in the area?
The woman beside him, the sort of shaman-looking individual, she steps forward. She says, "You speak of old white death, do you not? The great dragon. You have wasted your time seeking this place, for it was killed long ago, many years ago, by frost giants, for you could see the corpses on the beach. The giant killed the dragon, and it is no more, and we leave it as a sign on the edge of our beach to tell outsiders to be gone. For if you not heeded this warning, you know now that he is dead. So be gone from this place, outsider."
The bones on the shore?
Yes, you saw it clearly. The great size of them. Only a dragon could have produced such magnificent bones.
Those are giant bones, you're saying?
No, do you not hear or listen? They are dragon bones, killed by the giants many years ago. Old
I
white
don't.
no more.
See, I looked at those bones. I don't think that they were dragon bones.
Okay.
Can I message Terrence and tell him?
A very quick note for you, in fact, Aravir. You specifically in the party will note that many of the members of the tribe look at you specifically and scowl harshly. They seem to look at you and they look at you with like almost disgust and deference. But yes, you may message. If you wish.
I'll whisper to Terrence. It seems that the main guy might be lying to us, and she lies to us about the whale bones. So, perhaps Cap is here, a bit of a bluff. So I'm gonna stick with it.
I want everyone to make me a perception check.
Okay.
Nineteen for Aravir. Who else?
19.
19.
16.
16.
Dirty 20.
20. Shroud? Shroud?
God, you're muted.
Shroud!
Sorry,
It's all good. Did you roll a perception check?
I didn't. Sorry.
All good.
That is hold please. A dirty 20.
Very funny. So only Star, quite fittingly, only Star and Shroud notice that several of the villagers have begun to slip away at the very back of the crowd, sort of disappearing up to the northern portion of the village from the back. So only you two sort of notice them, sort of, only a couple of them. They begin to trickle away towards the north, sort of clearly trying to be stealthy, getting around everybody else, but you two notice it.
Okay, that's not good. I'll just nudge Terrence to like point him out, like, something's going on. They're moving out.
Where are they going?
Say this to them?
Hmm?
You say this to them? You acknowledge it?
Yeah.
He says, "It is none of your concern." And he'll like turn to his shaman and sort of whisper to her as you whisper to one another. And they'll look at each other and sort of like be shaking their heads. He turns and he says, "I propose a contest. Or you seem determined not to leave this place. I propose indeed a contest. We shall send our champion against any warrior among your strangers, whichever one you may choose. Your champion versus ours. If my champion wins, you must hand over some of the fine steel you carry and sail away immediately, never to return to this village. And if you win, you will have earned a place among the village, and you may spend the night in the village, after which my shaman bone carver will answer whatever questions you wish. It seems the only way to convince you to be gone from us."
This is a trial of combat.
Yes, trial of combat.
Let me consult with my party. And I'll turn around and I'll explain, yeah, they need a champion of ours and they want a trial by combat. If we win, then we get to stay and ask him any questions. If we lose, we have to give him some of our medal stuff.
As long as they don't get my daggers, I'm fine.
He looks pointed to you daggers. He's like looking, the chief is there going like this, so he's like looking at all of your like sweet weapons.
No.
So does anybody want to be our champion?
Can I insight check what type of warrior they chose? Like, or
Not really, they haven't picked one out.
oh, they haven't.
No. So they've just simply said they will. This is very much like the beginning of Troy, where Agamemnon's like, "Your best warrior versus mine," and you haven't seen either of them yet.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't be a fair game anyway.
It's okay, his name is Skinny Rick. I'm sure you'll be able to handle him without issue.
Little Pete.
Surely send out your weakest warrior. You would not need a stronger one.
I'll turn back around to the chief and say, are there any rules to this trial that we need to know about before coming to an agreement?
This is not a combat or a contest to the death. Not in our village. For this is meant to be a duel to combat the strengths of one another. He will, indeed tell you the circumstances of this duel. It must be a battle one-on-one. No magic is allowed. The fight shall continue until one of the two champions lays unconscious and dying upon the ground. If they are, the match ends, and the combatants' allies are to stop immediately so that healing and assistance may be provided. This is not a fight to the death, but the first to fall to unconsciousness loses.
Very honorable. We accept.
Pick your warrior.
I'll turn to our party and
Rock, paper, scissors, shroud.
yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Shad just sitting there like, no one.
He's just standing there,
Just like,
menacingly.
who are you gonna pick? Who are you really gonna pick here?
It's a bummer I don't have that sword now, right?
Well, it would have been magic. They might have thought it was cheating anyway.
I think a floating sword might count as magic in their eyes.
Yeah, I feel like that's a subjective thing, right? When they say no magic, I was just curious when I like above the table, like what that meant. Like if we were looking at like our other players, like with Ciela, right? Like she has elements of magic.
Well, and that's a point. Is it's up to you to decide like how you want to go about this, because there's like for example, like Dragon Gleam, right? Like Dragon Gleam isn't like overtly magical, unless you were to actually do the sunlight thing.
The sunlight spell, yeah.
We're probably not going to know. Same with like armor and arms. As long as they're not like overtly magical, you'll probably get away with it. But yeah, like a floating sword, a guiding bolts, like these things, they're gonna be like, yeah, that's fucking magic. Are you crazy? And then Ciela yourself, like, yeah, you're literally covered in like
blue.
magic. So they're gonna be like,
And not that one.
yeah, not that one.
Our champion is Shroud.
Shroud, you step forward and look real cool about it. Yeah, okay, cool. Just want to make sure. You sort of step forward. The chieftain turns around and goes, Achilles! Where is he? He's not here? Fuck. Again? All right, bring out the second champion. And none of that happens. I don't know. I ran away.
I want it to be like a Haragon, like, you know, like just like a little rabbit comes out. Like
It's just like a little white bunny. You're like, you told me that it was a killer rabbit. And it's not. He will turn around and he will say, "Oh, a court!" And the whole tribe will sort of bang their spears on the ground and go, "Hoo, hoo, hoo." And stepping before you will be the most menacingly large, bulky human you have ever seen, bearing a giant. Well, he's got a number of spears at his side and a shield made of like thick bone and leather. This absolute mountain of a man steps forth to accept the challenge. This Orkhart, apparently, is his name. Look at him. He's got a big old beard. He's got like a flowing cloak. You know he's scary because he's got a wolf pelt. All right, it's going to be... The hounds are sort of like brought back, and they will begin to like make like basically a combat circle, a challenging circle around the combat. Got it. Organizing. The hounds are pulled back. A little circle of challenging is created. Let's get one more guy in there. Get that wolf back. And many of them sort of step forward. Okay, are you guys ready to see Shroud try and kill this guy.
Oh well, I'll step
Nobody's
in and be like,
dying,
hey,
we already said
remember, just knock him out. Don't take his head off.
No dying.
Yes,
Okay,
please don't
Shroud,
kill.
roll me initiative. It is time to duel. I like there's all kinds of like 1v1 challenges in this campaign. That's kind of fun.
I like my +2 to initiative finally.
What'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That will beat him in initiative with his measly 10. How do you start this combat?
Okay, I am going to use my bonus action to rage.
Okay, you go into a rage. You go into a roaring rage. I'll say, so as not to bone you, your various spirits don't sort of come out of you in this moment as they're not useful.
Yeah, they're not useful for this.
A 1v1. Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to use my movement to approach him.
He looks down at you.
How tall is he?
How tall are you?
7 foot.
He's 7'2".
Dang, just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And I
He stands
am
up on his leg, he like really straightens his back, you know.
right. We're just on our tippy toes, and that's all that's happening.
And it's like, and it's over, it's over. But anyway, please continue.
All right, and then
Hey,
I
wait a
am
minute, he's got
going-
lifted snowshoes.
right, shooter. And then I'm gonna try and hit him.
All right, go for it.
All right, so that is let's see here, a 28 to hit.
No, it doesn't hit. Yes, it hits. Go for it. You roll pretty high, my friend.
All right, let's see here, and then let's do that first. Okay. That's 16 points of piercing damage, and I'm gonna apply a superiority die real quick and try and do a trip attack. They probably won't be successful, but
A trip attack. Have you no honor? No, it's not. Totally honorable. That is going to be a 15 to save.
that is a failure. So he is
Hang on,
knocked
he's going to
prone.
use Abominable to re-roll his saving throw.
Okay.
Got that, fighter? You heard that? That's much better. That's going to be a 24 to save instead.
Okay, yeah, that'll save. All right,
Good
and
day.
then I'm gonna try and hit him one more time.
If you apply the superiority die damage,
No, I didn't. Sorry. So that's an extra. Whoop, that's another 8 damage on top of that.
nice.
And then that's another. Let's see what's on this dice here. That's a 17. 17 plus 11 is 28 to hit.
Yes, 28 will hit. Good God.
Okay, and I'm gonna actually spend another superiority die and try it again.
All right.
So that's
That is going to be a 25 to save.
okay. So that is 15 plus 7 equals. That's still 22 points of piercing damage.
Excellent. Is there anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. You crack him right in the chest, or you like swing your pick like into his thigh and like try and like rip it back, and you do a ton of damage, but you don't trip him. His foot comes forward and stops him, and then you swing it into like the inside of his thigh, and again rip it forward to try and like knock him off his feet. And it should have worked, but he's a brawn individual. And though you take some chunks out of his leg, he does not stop. He's going to sort of like groan in your face. A big puff of sort of heated breath will hit your face as he second wins, and he's going to recover 20 hit points. And then he's going to use his action to bring around his this giant maul, and he's going to try and... Oh, no, wait, sorry, he's a spear. He's a spear guy. He's going to take his spear, and he's going to try and lance it into you. That is going to be, that's going to be 16 to hit.
It won't, and I'm gonna repost that.
You're going to repost that, okay.
And that is nat 20.
Oh,
So 31 to hit.
yeah, that'll hit.
All right, so that is, let me add this up here. All right, give me 1 second. Oh, that is max damage. Awesome. So that's 30 points of piercing damage.
Ouch! He swings, and as he goes high, like he brings that hat maul all the way around, and to a normal person, it would be a very intimidating moment where it's like, brace, brace, brace. But you don't, you like take the moment to use his like recklessness against him, and you like plant it like right into his ribs. And and it makes him go wide, and he slams it on the ground. He sort of like half swings away to sort of batter you back, and he's gonna take sorry, he doesn't have a maul, he has a fucking spear. I don't know why in my brain he's got a maul. He sort of swings the spear around to back you off, and he's going to try and shield bash you. That is going to be a very large number to hit. That's going to be 27 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay, he is going to deal to you. That's going to be plus. That's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage reduced to 4, and I need a strength save.
Okay. Let me do that damage first. Strength save. That is 13 plus 10, so 23.
You are certainly fine. You are not knocked prone. He is going to take another swing at you. He's going to try and lance you with the spear again. That is going to be very high, number 23, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 23.
That would hit, yeah.
Okay, he is going to deal. Oh, I'm doing this slightly wrong. Plus it's 6. 11. Oh my god. That's going to be 15 reduced to 7 points of piercing damage. And that's going to be his turn, bringing us to your turn.
Okay, and then I'm going to keep going at it. Let's see here. So that is another nat 20 to hit, so 31.
Go for the damage.
Okay, so that is, I think Shroud's real mad. Plus another 7 plus 3 plus 2 plus 8 is 34 points of piercing damage.
34 piercing damage, good god. You strike him again, he is bloody.
Okay, I'm gonna keep hitting him. That's a 19 on the die, so 19 plus 30 to hit.
30 does hit. You want just like a little lower, just like a little lower. I'd really appreciate it.
That's 12 points of piercing damage.
12 piercing damage, he will take it.
And then I'm going to action surge.
Oh fuck, here we fucking go, bud.
And then that is a 25 to hit.
A 25 will hit, roll damage.
Okay, 6 and 12, 14 points of piercing damage.
14 piercing damage.
And then one more is 11 plus 11, so 22 to hit.
22, he is actually going to finally be able to use it. Swing a little wide, getting a little confident, and he managed to go around and parry it away with his reaction.
Okay. All right. And then I think that's it.
All right, no, are you sure? You don't have any more than that? Okay. Nothing more than that? Very well done. Very, very well done. He is pretty hurt, but he's going to keep coming. He is going to try and knock you over again. He's gonna start.
Okay.
And he is going to resoundingly miss with.
And I'm gonna riposte that again.
Yep, go right ahead.
Okay. That is 15 plus 11. 26.
That'll hit. Roll some damage.
Okay. That's 3, 9, 10, 11 points of piercing damage.
11 piercing damage. She's still alive, but it was a good blow. Okay, and he will try to just spear you at this point. He will miss again. He's like really hurt, so we're saying it's hard for him to get a blow in. That's a natural 20. He is going to do 6, 12, okay. That is going to be. That's going to be 46 points of piercing damage, reduced to 23 points of piercing damage. As he stabbed pretty good on the final blow. Good job. Well, to me. Anyway, it's your job.
Good. Okay, good job to me.
Job to me, I suppose.
All right, and then I'm just gonna keep trying to hit him.
Okay.
That is 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
All right. And
Oh, wait. Nope, he parries it. With his reaction, manages to parry away the blow.
Okay. That is 24 to hit.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 16 points of piercing damage.
16 points of piercing damage. With this one, you hit him really hard, and you like knock him off of his feet. Hang on. He falls back to the ground in front of all of the warriors, who sort of like duck down and kind of like grab him before he hits the ground. And they're like, no! And he kind of like sort of like waves his hand like almost animalistically at them to like get back, and he'll like rise to his feet again. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
He's gonna come at you again. He's gonna try and knock you prone. He's got.
How far away was he from me?
He was within 5 feet of you.
Can I use my last superiority die to brace?
As he's coming at you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so he goes to reapproach you, and yeah, you can use your brace.
Okay. That is going to be a 19 plus 11 to hit. 30 to hit.
30 will hit. Roll some damage.
Okay. That's 12 points of piercing damage.
All right, you stab him again, but he like keeps coming. He is going to try and shield bash you. That is going to be that'll be a 21 to hit.
Meets it, beats it. Mm-hmm.
All right, give me a strength save. You are going to take 22 reduced to 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, let me get that first, and then that is a. Hold on now. 23 on the save.
You save, absolutely. He is going to just use his last 2 spear attacks against you. That is going to be a nat 20 and really a miss on that one. So that is going to be he doesn't get that anymore. So it's going to be 2 plus. It's going to be 25 reduced to 12 damage.
Okay.
And I believe that is his turn.
All right, and then I'm gonna come back at him with some hits.
Okay.
That is going to be. What is that? 23 to hit.
23 will, no, he'll use his reaction, he'll block it away. Yeah, he'll use his reaction, block it away.
Okay, and that is a 29 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. Let's see here. That's 15 points of piercing damage.
You slash him, he's battered backwards once more. The people are like, no, and they like grab on him, they're like trying to push him forward. And he struggles back to his feet and is back up on his feet again.
And I'm just going to use my bonus action to second wind.
Yeah, it's not his turn yet, so he'll remain prone, but he's like, all of his friends come to try and help him get up, and he will get up on his next turn. Second wind, go for it.
Okay, I'm just going to do that, and then you are good.
All right, his turn. He'll stand back up, and he'll approach you, and he's just gonna keep banging himself against you as best he can. The shield just wildly misses. His strikes are wild. He's going to try and spear you twice. One misses, one nat 20s. He's just dealing nat 20s real good right now. It's going to be 16 reduced to 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And that will be his turn.
Okay, and then I'm going to come back at him with 21 to hit.
21 doesn't hit, he blocks it.
Okay. And that's a nat 20.
Nat 20, oh yeah, go for it.
We've
All right,
officially
let's
entered the meat grinder portion of
Right.
this session.
Especially because Shroud is built like not really to deal like an inordinate amount of damage, but to take it. So it's like just like little paper cuts. I mean, not little per se, but
Death by 1,000.
death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah. All right.
Death by 1,000, like, piercing, like, dragon teeth to the body.
Let's see here. That's 35 points of piercing damage.
Youch! He's like fully knocked back off of his feet, back into his buddies again. He's like knocked prone on the ground. They all like reach down to try and like drag him to his feet. But he's kind of like, his like eyes are kind of like bobbing around in his head. But he's gonna stand back up if you don't do anything about it.
I don't have any other attacks, so that's it.
All right. He gets back up. He approaches you again, and he's going to try and knock you over, because of all the good it's done. He swings wide and wildly. We'll say his shield is like partially broken at this point. And then he is going to take his 2 spear strikes. I don't think he's going to hit with either of them. His lowest one of the 2 is like a 16, so they will both miss. He is good skill, but he's just like, he's fatigued and his body's like been ripped apart. Is there anything else? Or is your turn? It's your turn, that's what I mean.
All right, that is, so 29 to hit.
29 will hit.
And that's 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay. He takes 11 points.
Let's see here, 14 plus 11 is 25 to hit.
25 will hit, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, is 16 points of piercing damage.
Okay, he falls back off his feet again as you stab him square in the chest. He falls to the ground. All of his friends are like, come on, get out! They're like yelling in their strange language at him, and it's very much like the guy on the ropes, and they're like hitting the floor, waiting for that 10, but he like keeps struggling to his feet. Like this guy's like a mortal or something. He keeps crawling himself back to his feet. Do you have anything else in the pocket?
I don't.
I don't. Okay, here he comes. He's just going to dispense with the shield altogether. He like throws it aside. He's done with the shield. It hasn't helped him much. He's just going to take his spear with 2 hands and kind of and just charge you with it to make 3 spear attacks. The first charge wildly misses, but then he comes around with a quick skilled movement, and he is going to do 25 to hit.
Yes.
And the last attack is going to miss as well. He's on D8s now. It's going to be It's gonna be 15 reduced to 7 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. You approach them at one point here. Okay, that's his turn. He's like wavering. He's like, blood's like dripping off of his body. The snow underneath these two is just red from Shroud's enemy. What do you do?
I'm gonna keep trying to bash him till he doesn't get up.
All right, yeah, keep going, man. Bash away.
Okay, that is okay. 28 to hit.
Yeah.
13 points of piercing damage.
13. Okay.
All right, and then 24 to hit.
Sorry. What did you say? 28 to hit? Yeah, you hit.
24.
24.
Yeah.
Since he's thrown his shield away, that will hit.
Okay. Okay, so let's do that then. Oh, wrong screen. 3 plus 9, 10, 11 points of piercing damage.
He falls back over once more. His friends all grab him on the way down. And they're like pushing him to his feet, and he pulls himself back up from the ground once more. And he will turn to face you. He's going to take his 3 spear attacks against you. First one is, what's your total? That is going to be a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
I'll get the damage out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be 14 reduced to 7.
Okay.
And then he is going to strike again. That one misses wildly with a 13.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one's going to be a 19, which also just barely misses, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. How about it?
Okay.
You'll die one day.
What'd you say?
You'll die one day, maybe.
Right? Seriously. 23 to hit.
23 hits. Oh, no, he, yeah, because his AC reduced. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, that is 16 points of piercing damage.
16 points of piercing damage. He falls to the ground. It's still your turn as his friends sort of catch him, but he's prone right now. He's on the ground.
Okay, so that's at advantage, right?
That's an advantage as he's prone.
Okay, so I'm gonna. All right, that's a 17 plus 11. That's 28 to hit.
28 will hit you. Bring it down on him, and that is going to be 2 death failures. And you draw your blade back up, and at that moment, there's like a "ow" scream from the tribal warriors. They sort of all look to the chieftain, who says, enough, the battle is over, enough. He's just screaming in a strange tongue. Shroud, do you relent?
Yes.
All right, you back away. To be clear, Shroud, you have never, you've been in some hairy fights and you've been spotted before. You have never had this much blood from one individual on you before. You are coated. You are literally dripping dragon gleam as thick globs of blood dropping off underneath you. It's like a pool of blood. It's unimaginable how this man lasted as long as he did.
It's impressive.
Incredible.
I'm gonna cast a healing word on their champion.
Well, here's what I'll say. Before you can, the chief has already got her hand as she's standing right behind him, puts her hand on his back and heals him. He kind of sort of stands up and kind of throws himself to his feet, but they're like, it's over. Okay. Hey, fellas, can I tell you guys a secret? Now, this isn't the meta because we missed it in the combat, but I'm going to share this with you because it's actually kind of fun. The reason why he kept getting back up is because the shaman was pouring cure wounds into him in secret the whole fight. So every time he went down and they grabbed him, she was there giving him a little juice to stand up.
Oh.
I was wondering, I was like, he's taking a lot of hits, man.
Yeah, you took him down. The first time he fell down, he was done. You took him down.
That's what I thought.
But they,
I didn't
yeah,
think of magic, but
they were cheating, but none of you picked up on it or looked to pick up on it. So that's in the meta. So forget that happened because that.
yeah.
But
Would Terrence have had the perception though to like, I mean, I guess like, you know, in hindsight, like, I don't know what that would look like visually when it comes to like spell casting, but like, would somebody like Terrence recognize something like that?
yeah, I think any one of you would have been able to recognize it if you had like made an active check to see if something was going on.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, you guys just let the fight happen. And that's fair.
I think we were looking at, yeah, no, Shroud's okay.
Yeah, you guys just had such unbelievable faith in Shroud. You're like, oh, yeah, whatever.
To be fair though, a lot of fighters like barbarians and all, like when it comes to like frenzied fighting, like I guess that wouldn't be like completely unheard of, right? For somebody to like have that kind of like resilience to an extent.
Well,
I thought it was an Ouroboros feature.
well, yeah. There's a high level barbarians. When they hit 0, they roll a con save to stay.
Yeah,
standing.
that's right.
So, yeah, but this
Theoretically.
was.
Or orcs have relentless endurance.
Yeah, but this guy's like some human from like way up north where there are a lot of like great warriors, you know what I mean? A great warrior here is to be like, still a great warrior down south, but you know, you guys have seen what you faced down south, you know? But regardless, the battle is over. Orkhart has lost the match. And the Ice Hunters seem to go through with what they honorably pledged. The old chieftain will sort of approach you, Shroud, and say, "You are the warrior Shroud." Or he'll speak to you in a strange language. You don't know what he's saying, but he will. So he
says, "You are the warrior Shroud."
I was gonna say, do I look at Terrence like?
So no, that was a my mistake thing. Because he suspects you don't know how to speak the language because only Terrence has been speaking and everyone else has spoken this strange tongue. He'll walk past you and kind of like look at you and give you like a sort of like a huff and then a nod, as if he's like kind of bitter to have to acknowledge you. And then he'll approach you, Terrence, and say, "What is your name?"
My name is Terrence Marigold Jr.
The duel will be honored. You may all sleep in the village's storage hut, as there is space there. And then in the morning, you may speak to our shaman Bone Carver, and he'll gesture to the woman, and say, "She will answer your questions, and we will ensure you are fed."
Most gracious of you.
And he will nod, and he will part into the village and speak to his people and say, "It will be honored. Go back to your days." And the various villagers will largely disperse. I'm going to just delete a lot of these minis just to like clear it up here. But many of the villagers and warriors will sort of disperse here and there about the place. You guys are honored to be in this village, and they are allowing you. You, Erebor, will continue to sort of suffer sneering glances from many of the villagers as they kind of just like look you up and down and don't seem to like you for some reason. What would you all like to do?
I guess we can see these quarters they have for us.
Okay. You guys find your way to some kind of storage shed. It's small. It's very small. It barely qualifies as a shelter, but it is, it's toughly cramped. But you guys could fit in there and sleep. Tonight, it's not great hospitality they're offering you by any means.
It's not ideal.
It's still a bed.
Yeah, it's Fine.
Can I just walk around the
Like
village and
temple
look
thing.
around without going into any buildings?
Sorry, hit me with that again, please.
Can I just walk around and just take a look around the village?
Yes, you may. You want to take a walk around and look around the village. You see a number of buildings. The largest building seems to be at the back there. You don't know its purpose, obviously. So there's that one. There is the storage shed. There's a central village that you expect is like the chieftain's hut. And at the back there is the one that you see the shaman go into, and you suspect that's the shaman's hut as well. So those are like, everything here is largely just like villager homes. And then there's the storage shed, the large building, the chieftain's hut, and the shaman's hut. And that's the village. That's the whole village.
Cielo will point out the big building terrace. You can maybe ask the shaman, no, the leader of the village, the chief, what's in
What
them.
was that?
Seeing the terrace, if he could ask the chief what's in the big building.
The chief says it is the meeting hall. You are forbidden to go within. It is our private place.
Okay.
Oh, I'll change the music. It's still pretty intense.
Maybe that's a sign of things to come.
Maybe that's a sign of things to come. Who knows?
When the villagers are looking at me with distaste, can I tell what they're seeing on me that makes them upset?
Make me a insight check.
15?
15. Goodness. Let's see. You with a 15, you look at them, and there's definitely things on your person that give the initial impression. Where they sort of shake their head at you. And you look at your person where their eyes are kind of directed, and you see your spell book, you see your component pouch, you see the number of arcane implements you have on your person. You get the sense they do not like arcane casters such as yourself.
Okay.
They have like a little archery range for their fighters to practice at? No?
They do.
Okay.
Well, we guess we can get comfortable.
Sure.
But everyone's it's worth pointing out that like pretty much everyone avoids you guys, like you've been allowed to be here, but like they give you a wide berth. As you walk by, they just like kind of don't look at you. They either turn their head in the other direction or look down and just give you a wide berth and walk by. Except Erebir, who they like sneer at very pointedly. They're like they can't believe that this person is here more than any of you else.
Can I'm gonna probably regret this. But how bad would it be to sneak out at night to investigate, see if there's some mischievous things going on? I feel like I'm gonna get stared down, never mind.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I was asking.
Oh, how bad would it be? I mean, sure, it wouldn't go great if you got caught, but if you don't get caught, nothing bad will happen, of course.
Yeah, just don't get caught.
Don't get caught.
Star will bring it up to the crews, going like, "Hey, so just thinking, maybe I should investigate around, maybe look around at night. What do you guys think?" Or
Honestly, normally, I'd think that would be a risky idea, but I don't really trust these people. I don't think they're being entirely truthful with us.
okay.
I
Then
can give you invisibility for an hour, if that would help.
yeah, that would definitely help. And yeah, I can stay in stealth and see if I can go and find something. And see what's going on.
Here, I'll cast some visibility on just a normal one.
Is it nighttime just to make this clear?
Okay, so you guys got here in the early morning, and
Oh yeah, we do have the whole day.
I'll say like it took an hour to get the thing off the shelf. We'll say it was like an hour approaching between talking and like doing stuff. It was in so I'll say it's been 3 hours since you've gotten up. So you guys have like 13 hours to your day left.
Oh.
Or,
Well, maybe we speak to the shaman a little bit early. Did the shaman go to his shaman hut?
he went to her shaman hut, yes.
Then time to do talking with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way to the shaman's hut. Hut. You get to the shaman's hut and brutal. Brutal. Okay. You get to the shaman's hut. Just gonna put you guys all inside because that's cool. Okay. You all walk within and you see this woman, and who has been called Bone Carver, and she will look around at all of you, looking like a little skeptical, and she will say, "Welcome to my hut. You wish to speak? You wish to learn?"
We do. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
You were told to come in the morning, and yet you come before. Have you no manners, you southern people? Why should I speak to you now?
Because the day is young. What is going to change between now and tomorrow?
She tilts her head at you and looks around the room, and she'll say,
I will not speak to you, for you are rude and I do not like you.
and she will look to Ciela, and she says,
But I will speak to you.
Okay.
I see. Know the ways of the totem.
Is she still speaking her language?
she's still speaking her language.
Okay, I'll cast tongues on Ciela.
Okay. So in this moment, Ciela, you understand her midway through her speech, and where it's sort of,
You understand the way of the totem. I see in you the power of shamans.
Yes, in a sense.
Why should I speak to you when your friend has so rudely barged into my hut before our scheduled meeting?
Well, if we have our talk and we learn what we need to learn, we'll leave earlier, and you won't have to deal with us anymore.
making a persuasion check, you will have advantage because you are both a ranger and a druid. And she recognizes the primal powers within you.
16.
16. She says, I will speak to you, and I will speak to you on behalf of your group. Me and you shall speak, shaman to shaman.
Okay.
You seek the White Death, yes?
Yes.
I will not risk the lives of my tribe folk in a battle against a threat we cannot win. For you are right to come here. For the deception may have been great, but the bones on the beach are not of the great White Death. Those are the bones of whales meant to trick folk like you. I know you are very surprised, but bear with me.
Okay.
Says, indeed, the great dragon, Arathator, is alive, and she is below our very feet. We will perish under his wrath, and I have long dreamed that the totem spirits will send heroes with enough strength to best the great dragon. Do you claim to be such heroes?
We have killed other white dragons?
You speak with very little confidence.
No, I'm just making sure I think before I speak. Because I'm sure you don't want any stupid responses to your questions, right?
I seek to know.
Okay.
Are you stupid?
No.
The dragon threatens us. We are made to go out and hunt for fish and whale, far more than the village needs, to feed the great dragon. We are its slaves. And by having you in the village, we endanger the whole tribe.
Okay.
To invite strangers in, ones who could possibly threaten the dragon, might incur its wrath upon our whole village. This is why we try and cast you out. This is why your presence here is not loved.
Okay. So, may I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I guess, we're talking, right?
If the dragon were to be slain, is there any way you would have any sort of information about this tiefling woman?
I know of the woman you speak of. Did you not see the bodies frozen on the wall before the village, a warning to trespassers?
I did.
Some of our villagers have been frozen within, but distinctly there was the short, stout creature, along with the other warriors. Those came with the red-skinned woman you speak of, this Macath.
Okay.
She came long ago, and she has gone down to where the dragon makes its lair. And she will go to the bear pelts, and she will sort of pull them back, revealing a trap door. And with a wave of her hand, the door will flip open. She says, "Go. If you claim to be heroes strong enough to slay this dragon, I will not risk my people. And if you fail, our whole village may be killed. Or at least our children will, to send a message to the rest of us. So go if you think yourself mighty. If you think yourself mighty enough to slay the dragon and prevent the death of our village, freeing us from its wrath, go down. But if you do not have confidence, if you think yourself too stupid, then leave and save us from its wrath, from your blunders. Make your decision."
May I speak to my people? Okay. And Cielo will let them know about, the tiefling woman being down there and how the dragon is enslaving them. And if we can get rid of them, they will be free.
Sounds like we've got a dragon to kill.
This is what we do.
And with that, we will end the session event.
Nice.
Cool.
And next session, you will descend into the dragon's lair, hopefully slay it, freeing everyone, and also finding Macath the Crimson, who lays below, according to the shaman.
Cool.
Cool.
Just saying.